coming like that coming after you, it's always in the back of your mind. It can affect your timing. It can affect your reads. If you're not focused on the play downfield, and if Reed can get to the quarterback a few times, that quarterback is going to be rattled. And he has been in the backfield against every team. See, look at those sleeves. I mean, that's what I think makes the guy old school. He probably has the, the long straps on his helmet. Look at the Fu Manchu. There's nothing pretty about that guy. But I tell you what, he is in the backfield a lot, introducing himself to the opposing quarterbacks. And if I'm Kevin Kraft today, I'm looking the other way when Nick Reed comes.
Stadium, this will be a fun one. 52 points.
I got him hanging 52 on him.
All right.
It's 110, 120 points.
You know what, though? You were off a little bit because you didn't think that OSU would score that many points against the Cougs.
I don't want to get the Cougar Nation mad at me. I got to keep it,
I understand. They're an angry bunch. All right, so let's join Barry Tompkins and Petros Papadakis from Eugene. The Autzen Zoo on full display tonight.
What if there were building materials with sustainable benefits that regular lumber couldn't offer, and cost efficiencies that lumber couldn't match? Materials that help protect homes against sun, wind, and rain, while delivering superior strength, durability, and consistency. You might not realize it, but these remarkable materials already exist. Engineered building products from LP. Build with us.
Since I got in the loop, I move at breakneck speed.
Since we got in the loop, it's a whole new ball game.
Since I got in the loop, I'm off the hook.
Get in the loop with Quest and join the community that's connecting with each other and the things they love to do. What are you waiting for?
Hello?
Get in the loop.
Call, click, or come in to get in the loop with Quest.
Since 1938, equipment owners throughout the West have counted on Papay companies to keep them moving. And when you need equipment solutions for your business, you can count on Papay. At 60 locations stretching from Bakersfield to Bellingham, the nearly 2,000 employee members of Papay are ready to exceed your equipment expectations for sales, rentals, parts, and superior service. Experience the Papay difference for your business equipment needs. Papay, we keep you moving.
Have you ever been frozen?
No.
Do you contain any fillers?
Absolutely not.
Would you consider yourself fresh?
Yes, I do.
It takes honest ingredients to make the last honest pizza. Our pepperoni artisan is topped with fresh mozzarella, primo pepperoni, and garden fresh basil, all on a thin cornmeal dusted crust. The pepperoni artisan, back for a limited time, only at Round Table.
The weekly show that gets you ready with expert analysis and in-depth previews of college football's biggest matchups. BCS Breakdown, Friday.
It's a football Saturday in Eugene, and you know what that means for Oregon students. Well, it means an all-out dash to find the best seat you can. Then don't move for the 2 hours till game time. It's the Ducks and the Bruins next. We come to you tonight from Autzen Stadium. We're on the campus of the University of Oregon here in Eugene, Oregon. Fans jacked up, and why not? It's homecoming night here at the University of Oregon. Oregon all jacked up, jumping up and down, excited about the game, but also just trying to stay warm. It's cold out there, and we welcome you to Pac-10 College Football Saturday, the UCLA Bruins and the Oregon Ducks. And hello again, everybody. I'm Barry Tompkins. You know my partner, Petros Papadakis. And P, we always look for a bottom line in just about every game that we do. I think this one actually is pretty simple. Whoever can run the football may have the best chance to win.
Oregon's great at running the football. UCLA will be better because Khalil Bell is getting healthier and healthier. This is the emotional senior leader of this UCLA football team. He was hurt in the first quarter of the first game against Tennessee with an ankle, but he's been getting better and better. He is a tackle breaker, and that's important because Oregon is going to stack that box against him. He is also explosive, and he gets guys together in that huddle, and that's what this UCLA team needs most of all. Inexperienced, young, they need need leadership, he provides that on the offensive side of the ball.
Let's talk about Oregon. They've had a two-headed running back system, but tonight, L.Blount, part of that two-headed system, a little bit nicked up. We're not quite sure how far nor how long he's going to be able to go, so the onus falls on Jeremiah Johnson.
And that's just the way he wants it, Barry. Jeremiah Johnson has been sharing time since he was at Dorsey High back in Los Angeles. He was sharing with Stephon Johnson of USC. Now, up at Oregon for a long time, he was with Jonathan Stewart. And now, L.Blount has been his partner in the backfield. That's not going to be the luxury he has in this football game, and he likes it like that. He wants to do his thing, get out there, shake guys up, and he can also be very strong. He is a great running back. Love him.
So what we've got today is a UCLA team that's feeling pretty full of itself after winning at home against Washington State, up against an Oregon team that feels it embarrassed itself in the Los Angeles Coliseum last week against 9th-ranked USC. It's Oregon at home against the visiting UCLA Bruins. After the break, we'll send you to our College Football Saturday studios in Los Angeles.
All new TL, the most powerful Acura ever built. Acura Advance. And brought to you in part by Best Buy. You happier.
And by FreeCreditReport.com. Do you know your credit score? You can find out right now, instantly and online at FreeCreditReport.com. And we welcome you back to Autzen Stadium. Here come the hometown Oregon Ducks. Another sellout crowd here, 59 in a row now in Eugene, and we go right now down to the sideline, and I'll tell you what, it is cold down there and fit only for two things, Penguins and Jim Watson.
Barry, we're just 5 games into the regular season already. UCLA has continued its sour tradition of playing poorly on the road. Remember, the Bruins have only played one road game before tonight. That was at BYU, and they got rolled up 59-0. In fact, UCLA since 2003 has won just 35% of their games on the road. Now, you might think this is a tough place to turn that trend around, but actually Rick Neuheisel, he has a lot of success against the University of Oregon. He's won 4 out of 5. One problem here in Eugene, Rick Neuheisel is despised. 96 Cotton Bowls, the head coach of Colorado, up big. He still ran a fake punt late in the game. 98 Aloha Bowl. Colorado again beats Oregon. Neuheisel and Bellotti exchanged salvos in the media, and after the game, Rick's final shot, quote, "Scoreboard, baby, scoreboard." In 02, when Neuheisel was at the University of Washington, he brought an average team to Eugene and upset the Ducks. Afterwards, he took his guys back on the field to take a team picture. Some of the Ducks got carried away and danced, got a little excited about things. Neuheisel eventually saw the media show up and rushed the team back into the locker room. Afterwards, he explained, he said, "Hey, I was just trying to give the kids a team memento after a big win." It's 6 years later. All the coaches say everything's cool. We're all boys now. But hey, in Eugene, they haven't forgotten and they haven't forgotten. Barry, it's just more kindling on a fire on a frosty night in the Willamette Valley.
It really is. And there's the two coaches you talked about, Waddy. Rick Neuheisel on the left, Mike Bellotti on the right. And it may be true that those two are just fine, but there's probably about 60,000 people here, P, who might not agree.
Well, Rick Neuheisel admitted it on Monday in his press conference all the way back in Westwood, California. He said, "I was a young coach. I was a little bit foolhardy. I was a little bit cocky, and I probably shouldn't have done some of those things, but the people up here in Eugene, just like Waddy said, they don't care what Neuheisel has to say. They are not a fan of his coaching style, but that's okay. Bellotti says it's all right, and they golf together from time to time, so I guess it's cool."
Tentatively. And we are set to go. UCLA won the toss. They have deferred, so Oregon will get the ball first here. And a rather short kick headed for Thurman at the 10-yard line. Thurman right back up the middle, cracked as he crossed the 25 at about the 28-yard line. On the stop, Gavin Ketchum on special teams for UCLA. So the Ducks will start at the 28-yard line. J.Masoli, the quarterback of this team, took over when Justin Roper went down earlier in the year. Nick Costa, who was to be the starting quarterback, was hurt before the season even started. Now, Roper is available tonight. He is in uniform. He is on the bench. I think Mike Bellotti, given his choice, would probably rather not have to play him, but he's there. And a fumble on this first snap, but Masoli picks it up and runs out of bounds after a gain of about 3, just short of the 32-yard line. Take a look at the Oregon offense, brought to you by Acura. A lot of changes on this offensive line. We'll talk about some of those injuries in just a moment. Very good wide receiving core, and of course Jeremiah Johnson. Petros told you about him. Dixon, the tight end, a big weapon for this Oregon team. Of course, Oregon always goes no huddle. They change tempo very well. Masoli floats this one out for Williams. Good coverage that time by Michael Norris. Take a look at how UCLA will come to the dance defensively, and they're down line. Brigham Harwell and Price very tough at the tackle position. Carter now back at the will spot. And Algeron Werner, who has had a tough year, but their most experienced secondary player. Third down. And we'll call it 6. Masoli to pass. Now he has to step up, in trouble, and he's wrapped up all the way back at the 17-yard line. Airs the first man to him, and Corey Bosworth there to put a big push on.
Giant play and a great start in this football game. UCLA could not have started better unless they got an interception or a fumble. There you see Masoli under pressure. He fumbled on the first play, overthrew on the second play, and on the third play doesn't get rid of the ball. Akeem Ayers flying back there, just a redshirt freshman who they like a lot. UCLA very strong starting out this game at Autzen Stadium defensively.
Sarita punt, and Austin, the deep man for UCLA. Fair catch called for and made at the 35-yard line. So the Bruins get a 3 and out. 45-yard punt by Sarit. And now it'll be Kevin Kraft, who seems to be getting better with every outing. You can see pretty good completion percentage. 5 picks and 4 touchdowns. Those are numbers the quarterback does not like to see.
They need him to go downfield, Barry. This UCLA team needs to score in this football game if they want to have a chance to win. This is a hostile environment. They need to quiet the crowd with points.
On first down, the give is to Bell, bounces it outside and gets something to about the 40-yard line. He'll pick up 4. J.Byrd on the stop. Let's take a look at how the UCLA offense lines up. And Jeff Baca, and you heard Jim Watson talk about him a little bit. He's going to have a pretty tough time and a load with Reed on the other side of him. Khalil Bell playing not quite 100%, but better than he has been since the opening week.
We said he was a tackle breaker. That play right there ran right over Casey Matthews.
Now they go with an empty backfield as they bring Bell out of the backfield. Kraft, 5-step drop, steps up, throws underneath, catch made by the tight end Moya, who is becoming the favorite target of Kevin Kraft. Defensively, the Oregon Ducks, and they are banged up. Here's how they come to the dance on the defensive line. Casey Matthews getting a start in the middle here. Incidentally, Tasinger is not in the lineup. All the secondary has various and sundry little nicks and bruises. So they're playing less than 100%. Third down and short. And now we're going to get a stoppage. And the officials coming over to the UCLA sideline.
UCLA has asked for a review of the forward progress spot.
They want to take a look at the mark. The ball has been spotted just across the 45-yard line. We'll take a look and see, have an opportunity to see what you think.
Well, it was a nice play by Ryan Moya making that catch. He's a tight end, listed as a tight end, but he's really more comfortable in the slot as kind of a receiver, and he's kind of been a touchdown machine for UCLA. You're going to see Kraft has an option underneath and then a little bit over the top. This is Khalil Bell running the rock. That's the first down play.
Well, during this booth review, World Financial Group asks, have you reviewed your finances lately? World Financial Group, your dreams, our strategies.
Well, we saw the tackle breaking ability of Khalil Bell there on first down. Second down, Ryan Moya was pushing toward the sticks, and Rick Neuheisel now asking for a review on the spot. That's not going to endear him any further to these Oregon Duck fans. And there you see Moya, very physical tackle. by Eddie Pleasant, the linebacker, starting in place of Spencer Pasinger, who's been the leading tackler on the Oregon team. And tough to tell from that angle.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. I think regardless, it's short of the first down. And this is taking a little bit more time than you would expect. And the conversation still goes on. Finally, Jack Folliard, the referee.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. UCLA will be charged with a timeout.
So much ado about not very much. UCLA is charged with a timeout. And it will be 3rd down and 1. Let's check the Days In scouting report right now. Pete?
Well, UCLA has got to contain the run, and they didn't have too much trouble doing that in the first series defensively because Oregon didn't run. They also have to create turnovers. They have to do certain things, score points, create turnovers early in this football game to quiet down the crowd. They did not have success against BYU on the road. This is a tougher place to play.
So big play right here. 3rd down and short. Oregon open by going 3 and out. And the give is to Bell. He gets the first down and more close to midfield. TJ Ward on the stop for Oregon, but a first down for the UCLA Bruins.
And that's the kind of thing that the UCLA Bruins need. I'm very impressed with the way they've started out this football game. Rick Neuheisel was very cognizant of how they played so poorly against BYU. 59-0 in a terrible loss. But this time they just run straight at Oregon on the road. He took them here into Autzen Stadium for their night before the game meeting as opposed to just doing it in the hotel, trying to inspire the guys and get them comfortable with their environment.
This time a play fake, and Kraft rolling to his left, now throws underneath a little hard. That stayed in the air a long time, but no Oregon Duck was able to get to it. Pass intended for Taylor Embry.
And sometimes Kevin Kraft just does not make great decisions. Sometimes he looks like the coach's son that he is, and sometimes he just does things that are kind of curious. I mean, throwing it way too hard at Embry, who's only a freshman. He could have run a little bit. He usually makes good decisions about when to tuck and run. That time, way too hard at a man who was covered, and that ball was up for grabs. That could have been disastrous for the Bruins.
Instead, 2nd down and 10. Ball at the 49-yard line. And a give to Bell, and Bell gets the first man to miss him. He picks up close to 6 yards at the 45-yard line of the Ducks.
And right now, UCLA's game plan is pretty strong, Barry. They're running the football, and they're running some play action, getting Kraft on the move, and he's pretty good on the move, even though he threw a poor pass on the play before this one. There you see Bell. He's looking pretty comfortable, like he wants to take that ball and take it to this defense, and that's exactly what they need him to do.
3 carries, 14 yards for Khalil Bell. 3rd down now and 4. Austin comes in motion. Straight back Kraft throws for a first down. Catch made by Terrence Austin. Just short of the 35-yard line. Pickup of 10 yards, and the Bruins moving the ball pretty well early on here.
Well, Terrence Austin is the guy that they think can test these two very, very highly touted corners for the Oregon defense. J.Byrd and Walter Thurman III are both very good corners, but they've been used up a little bit. Boise got to him, and so did USC. They've been hurt by the play action.
So first down at the 35-yard line. And that was going to be a give to Bell. Instead, they missed a handoff. Kraft keeps it, and he gets something out of nothing. That was supposed to be a handoff to Khalil Bell. Well, the first down marker brought to you by Overstock.com. Your entire order ships for just $2.95 at Overstock.com because you're at home.
With the O. Pretty smart play there by Kraft. Khalil Bell was about to get blown up big time by Matthews, and Kraft just slipped the ball away from him. Looked like Steve DeBerg, all slick with that football, and then took off, got a good gain on first down. This is a nice 2nd and 5.
And here's Bell this way on a direct snap to the 30-yard line. Doesn't get much. Oregon was not fooled by that.
the Bruins call that the Wildcat. It's the same thing that Arkansas ran. We've been seeing it all over the NFL with the Miami Dolphins especially, and Ronnie Brown. Everybody's in love with direct snaps these days, and Khalil Bell certainly is capable of making things happen. That time didn't quite happen. Tried to take it to the outside, and this is a fast and physical Oregon defense. They have not played as fast as they would have liked to have been playing in the last few weeks, but they've been a little beat up, as we talked about.
Third down of this drive. They've converted the first two. Kraft with time, steps up, now throws, almost picked. Stepping in front that time was Eddie Pleasant, and almost picked him.
Eddie Pleasant hasn't been playing poorly early in this game in one of his first starts. 5'11", 223-pound kid, redshirt freshman out of La Palma, California. Only 6 tackles coming into this game. This would have helped his confidence a little bit, and that's right in the chest. Should have been picked, and that's the second one that should have been picked that Kraft has thrown on this drive, but still UCLA going to get a shot.
Kai Forbath will try it from 47. Hits it pretty good. Certainly got enough on it if it's straight, but it's not. Well, a lot of leg for Forbath, but just hit it a little bit wide. UCLA comes up empty. Oregon will have it when we come back.
Introducing Taco Bell's new 89-cent Volcano Taco. With spicy lava sauce, it could be the spiciest taco ever.
Wait, my Volcano Taco. Don't look at me.
Why pay more for heat when you can think outside the bun?
This isn't the soft kind of luxury. This is start a business, sell it, and then start another one luxury. This is advanced digital IV tech luxury. It can find you an uncrowded highway or a crowded club. Introducing the Acura TSX. A new generation has arrived.
Visit Acura.com to locate your nearest Acura dealer.
There's a moment at night when you gotta have fourth meal. Melty, crunchy, spicy, and grilled.
Next Saturday, Pac-10 football returns on FS1. Washington State battles national powerhouse USC, and Cal takes on Arizona. Pac-10 football returns next Saturday on FS1.
Precision is power. Introducing the all-new TL, the most powerful Acura ever built.
Now.
We welcome you back. Right now, let's take a moment to check the Days In scouting report for the Oregon Ducks.
Well, there's no question that Oregon wants to get running the football again, even though L.Blount is not completely healthy, and we're not sure if we're going to see him in the football game. Jeremiah Johnson is certainly capable of carrying the load, as we've discussed. And they have really got to limit the first down success of UCLA. And you saw Khalil Bell have some success running the ball on first down.
They really spread it out here. And Masoli on the keeper trying to get outside, does 35 and steps out of bounds at the 38-yard line. That's something that Mike Bellotti wanted Masoli to do. Don't try for any more than you can get. Right now, a game break with Mike Goldberg. Goldie.
Well, Barry, number 1 has lost. Number 3's in trouble in the swamp, and number 2 has their hands full. Missouri hosting number 17 Oklahoma State. Back in 4th football game. This is Zach Robinson to Damian Davis, 40-yard score. Oklahoma State leads by 4 in the 4th. Zach Robinson responsible for 2 TDs. Barry.
Thank you very much, Goldie. This time the give is to Jeremiah Johnson. He'll get the first down and more to the 44-yard line. Raheem Moore, the freshman, makes the stop on Johnson. Went to the same high school as him. Those two have been whooping at each other by phone and by texting all week long.
Oh, those guys from Dorsey High, the Dorsey High Dons down there, right in the middle of the city, Los Angeles, California, produced a lot of great football players, including Keyshawn Johnson. My grandmother, not a football player, but graduated from Dorsey High way back in the day.
She's tough enough. Here's Masoli to throw. Does so in the backfield. Johnson can't hang on. Johnson had only caught 1 pass this year coming in. He said, I want more.
And he should have more. And maybe that's a product of them not throwing him the ball enough. Now, certainly that's a catch that Johnson has got to make. But the running back catching the ball is a giant part of this Oregon offense, this spread that Chip Kelly, the offensive coordinator, runs so well. And Jeremiah Johnson needs to catch that ball. And 1 reception this year for 13 yards. That's a dimension they need from him.
Going to go right back to the well. A fake this time. And Masoli going to run it, trying to step outside. Now he cuts inside, gets across midfield, close to a first down at the 46-yard line.
Well, Masoli's just a tough kid that wants to play. He's not very tall, and some of their problems in the passing game they attribute to his inability to see over that line of scrimmage. They have him listed at about 5'11", but there you see how tough he is taking it upfield. He wasn't scared to take it right up the field on the USC defense, and he just left Michael Norris.
Masoli now 4 carries, 12 yards. Bruins have to hurry to line up here. First down, just short of the 45. Masoli with all day to throw the football. He does underneath. And the catch is made by Terrence Scott. Scott will pick up about 6, maybe 7 yards on the play.
And a good job there by Masoli. You see the different dimensions of his game and the different dimensions that are expected from these Oregon quarterbacks. And they do get beat up a little bit running the football. Masoli very patient that time and drops it off to Scott.
Masoli once again pulls it out of Johnson's stomach and picks up about 3 yards. Going to be close to another first down. I believe he might have this inside the 35-yard line.
Well, that was a bad read ultimately there by Jeremiah Masoli, Barry. He knew that he should have given the ball to Jeremiah Johnson. So what do you do when you should have given the ball to the running back? You just follow the running back in the hole and get what you can. Steve Sloan stopped it, but not before he got a first down.
Ball at the 34-yard line. They spread you out from the numbers to the numbers, actually beyond the numbers. And here they do give it to Johnson, and Johnson finds a big gap, gets it inside the 20-yard line. A late flag comes in at about the 18-yard line, a pickup of 16. The flag came in right as the play ended.
Personal foul, face mask on the defense. Penalty is half the distance to the goal. First down.
Well, that's a big one.
Well, there's no such thing as 5-yard face masks anymore in college football. It's 15 yards or nothing. It's a personal foul or nothing. It's the same read option play, and that time Masoli makes the right read and gives to Jeremiah Johnson, and there's no question that Lockett had a big hold of Johnson's face mask.
And this time, I think this is going to go against Oregon center, I believe, just raised up.
Offside, defense.
Shows you what I know, huh?
Half the distance to the goal, first down.
Jerzy Swirsky.
Old Jerzy Swirsky. Sounds like the super fan from Saturday Night Live.
Yes, it does, yeah.
Jumped offside, junior out of Sparks, Nevada. And UCLA having a little trouble now with the Oregon offense starting to roll.
At the 5-yard line. Johnson again. Not much this time. Got back to the line of scrimmage. That's about it. Corey Bosworth stopped the play that time. Well, you can see what Jeremiah Johnson has done. 485 yards. And L.Blount, who we may or may not see tonight. The two of them almost as much as UCLA as a team. 10th play of the drive now at the 5-yard line. And Masoli this time keeps and scores. Touchdown Ducks.
Masoli making UCLA defenders look silly, and that's what this spread does to you. You're going to see Corey Bosworth just get left. I mean left by the short, stout quarterback, Jeremiah Masoli. This is a cool looking formation.
They do this a lot.
They used to do this in high school. It always worked.
I like it. One of these days they're going to run it. Not going to be now, though. Evenson try to point out. He drives it through, and a very effective drive for the Oregon offense. Real confidence builder for them. Touchdown from 5 yards out by Jeremiah Masoli, and it is Oregon 7 and the Bruins nothing.
When you're a rock star, you get to party hard. Champagne and caviar, tricked out exotic cars, it's just how I thought it'd be. Except the party's not for me, cause some punk opened a credit card with my ID. Free what? Free credit. Report.com. That's the site I'm gonna hit when I go home. They know how credit works, they send email alerts. Now I'm finding out how bad reality hurts.
Offer applies with enrollment in Triple Advantage.
Chevy. Every pickup and SUV we make is available with an EPA estimated 20 mpg highway or better. Toyota and Ford can't say that. Get in and drive yours now during the Chevy Fall Drive. Drive Silverado with better available V8 fuel economy than Toyota Tundra. Choose 0% APR or $5,000 purchase cash back on these 08 Chevy Silverado half-ton models. See your local Chevy dealer during Chevy's Fall Drive.
76 asks student filmmakers to give their spin on what makes our gasoline so great. Here's one of the outstanding commercials.
Does your vehicle keep bogging down? Maybe it's time to get on the ball with 76 gasoline. It's specially formulated to clean your engine, improve acceleration, help maximize mileage, and above all, reduce emissions, making 76 one of the cleanest fuels available, now and for generations to come. 76, get the spirit.
The official BCS rating show returns Sunday, live.
This is Vinny's watch.
Well, a very effective drive of the Oregon Ducks. They lead at 7-0. Barry Tompkins, Petros Papadakis alongside Jim Watson on the field. J.Masoli led that drive, and what didn't work so well last week worked very well this week. Terrence Austin is going to be the deep man here to receive this kick. Matt Evenson to kick it away for the Oregon Ducks. Comes forward, drives this one, and it is going to go out of bounds. So UCLA will get good field position to start this drive. And with 7:19 remaining here in the first quarter, we go to the field once more. Jim Watson, Waddy. Well, we'll get to Waddy in just a moment. 7-0 ball game, Oregon leading and a penalty.
UCLA is going to end up with pretty good field position here because the ball kicked out of bounds. Very important for UCLA not to abandon their game plan. Norm Chow still is going to be able to work his stuff. I think we'll see some more direct snaps in this football game to Khalil Bell. UCLA needs first downs. Then they can worry about taking their shots. But right now, they need first downs.
And this time Kraft rolls to his left, now throws, and a one-hopper to Taylor Embry. Incomplete pass. This time we mean it. We're going to the field. Here's Jim Watson. Waddy.
Barry, during warm-ups, the biggest cheer was not for a player or coach. It was for this guy right here, Dennis Dixon. I know you guys remember him. He's an honorary captain tonight. It's got to be fun for you to come back, man.
Oh, it's great. It's a great atmosphere. I mean, the fans welcome me with open arms, and I'm happy to be here.
Hey, talk about that drive. Masoli, you know, everybody has been down on him a little bit. Then they're up on him. He looked pretty good that drive.
Oh, I told him before the game. I told him to go out there and have confidence. Go out there one play at a time and take care of the rest.
Hey, talk about this spread offense. Why is it so effective?
Oh, it's great. I mean, you get people in space. And having an offensive coordinator like Chip Kelly is great.
Now, that guy's only been around a couple of years. He's the new offensive genius, isn't he?
He is, man. He's a guru. I call him a guru, so he's great.
You're all healthy. Everything's okay. I know you're playing with Pittsburgh right now. What's the experience in the NFL so far?
Oh, it's great. It's mind-boggling. Right now, I'm behind two excellent quarterbacks, Byron Leftwich and Ben Roethlisberger. So I'm a sponge soaking everything in.
Give yourself some time, man. Great to see you. Stay healthy and good luck.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Dennis Dixon now playing with the Steelers and also very smart in college. A 3.27 sociology major, and he was a finalist for the Dratty Trophy.
Not to mention pretty darn good baseball player, too, as the Oregon Ducks run Kevin Kraft down for a loss of 5. Nick Reed right in the backfield as he has become accustomed.
That's exactly what UCLA did not need. 3 and out. Nick Reed, the captain of the defense, running down Kraft, who made a poor throw on first down. Should have been a first down situation right there to Taylor Embry on first down, but instead UCLA is going to have to settle and punt it away.
Jarris Byrd going to be the deep man for Oregon. And Bird's going to let this bounce, a short kick that will kick back and finally be down right around the 24-yard line. So the Ducks will have it back. Only a 35-yard punt by Perez. A better punter than that, quite honestly. 7-0, Ducks.
Hertz introduces a faster way to rent a car. Our new online check-in gets you to your car in 10 minutes or less, guaranteed, or get $50 towards your rental. And Hertz now offers pump prices on gas, so you'll never have to stop at the gas station on the way back to fill up. If it feels like you're moving faster than the rest of the world, you are.
Skechers work footwear is stylish, durable, comfortable, and most importantly, slip-resistant. None of those people were wearing work footwear by Skechers.
Amanda.
Gary.
Wow. You look amazing.
Same old Gary.
No, listen. I'm sorry about the way things ended. I was immature, but I've been doing some soul searching. I've matured.
Bye, Gary.
You can't always be smooth, but your beer should be. Brewed for a smooth taste that's never bitter. Keystone Light is always smooth. Even when you're not.
From the time of early explorers, little has changed on this wild stretch of Oregon's central coast. Here, where the Salmon River meets the sea, hundreds of species of birds, fish, and other animals have always made this home. Thanks to funding help from the lottery, we're happy to say it will stay that way. The Oregon Lottery, it does good things. Lottery games are based on chance and should be played for entertainment only.
Oregon leads at 7-0. We're at the 24-yard line. Oregon taking over after a 3-and-out by the UCLA Bruins. Interesting to note, too, of course, Jim Watson speaking with Dennis Dixon, and I can't imagine anybody running this offense better than Dennis Dixon does.
He did it beautifully, and you saw what Masoli did on the last drive of the touchdown, catching guys flat-footed, and that's exactly what Dixon did.
And this time a give to LeGarrette Blount. We didn't expect to see him. Well, we saw him big there. Lost the football, but I think they're going to say he was down. It's going to be at the 39-yard line. We're going to jump off the track for just a moment, get a game break with Mike Goldberg. Mike.
Barry, remember I told you a moment ago number 3 was in trouble? How about big trouble? LSU in the swamp, and they are getting swamped by number 12, Florida. Jeffrey Demps off the pitch. 42 yards for the score. Gators are going to beat LSU. Texas is going to have an argument at being the new number 1. Tim Tebow with a good day.
Boy, what a day. Incomplete pass by Mazzoli as he overthrows his intended receiver, Jeff Mayle. Mayle, incidentally, wearing number 29 in honor of Todd Doxey. Doxey was to be a redshirt freshman defensive back here at Oregon. Died tragically in a swimming incident in the Willamette River. Every week, a different Oregon Duck player wears his number 29 in honor of him. Mazzoli this time on a keep, and he's got the whole field. Midfield, 45, 40, 35, and dragged out from behind at the 31-yard line. Steve Sloan with a saving tackle, but you can see that one coming a mile away, 29 yards.
Well, this is giving UCLA fits. All these read option run plays between Masoli and Jeremiah Johnson just absolutely killing UCLA. They're having a hard time making decisions and containing both runners, and most of all, guys are getting caught flat-footed. That time the fake to LeGarrette Blount.
And again, this time the give straight ahead to Blount. And Blount will pick up about 5 more. Remember, we were talking to the coaches, both these teams actually, about how important first down yardage is. And Oregon particularly emphasized the fact they have to win first down. Well, guess what? They're winning first down.
Absolutely, they're winning first down, and they're doing it mostly with their run game and exploiting the perimeter. And when they have to go inside, they're running the option. LeGarrette Blount with that hip flexor. We didn't think we were going to see him, but he's out there.
Well, here he is again. And he'll get it down inside the 25-yard line, close to 24. Got about 3. It'll be third down and about 3. Reginald Stokes on the stop for UCLA.
Well, UCLA has not seen a quarterback this season with this kind of quickness and this good of feet. They have not seen a guy that wants to run the football and take it upfield and take it to a defense. And that's exactly right now what Masoli is doing with the help from his running back.
This time Blount goes in motion. And Masoli again gets out of trouble, gets to the 25-yard line. He'll be stopped short of the first down, but he did a great job to avoid a loss on the play. Swirsky on the tackle. And that will bring about Evenson to try a field goal.
There's Masoli just getting away. Different Bruins. He's in their arms, but he's a little guy, and he's shifty. Last week versus USC, I was really shocked at his courage, just taking it into that USC defense right into the teeth, and that time runs right out of the arms of a 294-pound tackle, Nathaniel Skaggs.
Evenson, 42-yard field goal try. A low snap from center. He gets it up, but this is going to be wide once again. So Evenson hits that one wide. And the score remains 7-0 for Oregon, and UCLA dodges a bullet here with 3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining to be played here in the first quarter.
Well, I was talking about Jeremiah Johnson and how much we like Jeremiah Johnson, and what a very good back he is. And he is the subject of this week's Hats Off, Barry. You like being the feature back?
Oh yeah, I love it. Love it. You know, it's one thing when you come from behind, you know, somebody, and it's another thing where you always in the game and you got the crowd chanting your name, and you know, we love JJ and all of this stuff.
And Jeremiah Johnson is a guy that desperately wants to be featured. There he is talking to his teammate and tag team partner in that backfield, LeGarrette Blount, but he's a guy that wants 20, 25 carries a game. He wants to be able to find that rhythm, and that is not a cliche word or just a throwaway word in the world of running backs. Guys need carries throughout a game so they can become stronger in the fourth quarter and start ripping off chunks of yards. But in today's recruiting at big schools like Oregon, very difficult to get that many carries.
Pickup of 6 on first down on the pass to Jeff Miller. On second down, Shane Moline carries and doesn't get much, maybe a yard.
You see a little camaraderie. Shane Moline is a guy who wants to play tailback, who was playing tailback, started a game that we did, UCLA, Arizona, at the tailback spot, but Trevor Theriot, the starting fullback for UCLA, went down with an ACL. He's out for the season. So Shane Moline has had to move up to fullback and start blocking ISO. Right there, they threw him a bone with a nice dive play.
But UCLA looking at a third down and a short 3, and a very big play here for the Bruins. Have to keep some offensive momentum and keep the defense off the field. Kraft rolls out, throws underneath, catch made, but I think he's going to be short of the first down.
And this is one of the problems with this UCLA football team. They are going to have to punt it. Kevin Kraft, they just don't think it's in his personality, which I don't quite understand, to go down the football field. Rick Neuheisel was telling us last night it's just not part of his game to really want to take shots down the field. But if you want to win this football game and start scoring with this Oregon offense, UCLA is going to have to take some shots, and they have some guys with enough speed to do it.
Well, and it was play action that really killed Oregon against USC. USC did a great job of it. Byrd muffs the punt, but gets on top of it. And the Ducks will start at the 23-yard line with 1:37 remaining in the first quarter. Well, Oregon's offense is a defensive nightmare. There's just no question about it. They spread you out. They kind of take what's there. And even though they've got some quarterback issues, it is still a really effective offense.
Well, one of the problems with the spread, and Oregon has played many, many quarterbacks this season, is that they do create space, but defensive job is against the spread is to eliminate that space. And there you see Masoli in that space, and sure, he's got some room to run around and guys are all spread out, but that also leaves some space for the defense to run at your quarterback and get hits on him. Mike Bellotti doesn't agree with me on my assessment of it, and we'll hear from him later.
Here's Masoli, and again, he's got room to the 30, 35, and out of bounds at the 38-yard line, and they're making this look very easy right now.
Well, UCLA is just having a lot of trouble deciding who to tackle and containing both the tailback and the quarterback. Jeremiah Johnson back in the game in for LeGarrette Blount, who got the third series. And Masoli is just faking to him and finding open turf in front of him.
9 carries, 67 yards. There's a little slant this time. Mail makes the catch as a first down in midfield.
And the beautiful thing to watch about the spread when it is working is all the different lanes on the football field that it creates. They'll go outside, they'll go inside, and then they hit you with a middle screen, and it seems like everything goes for 10 yards, especially on first down. Right now, Dwayne Walker, UCLA defensive coordinator, has got to find an answer.
Give this time to Johnson, trying to get to the corner. And UCLA did a good job to string that out and stop it for no gain. Akeem Ayers and Alteron Werner on the tackle. Ayers, a freshman, doing a very nice job defensively for the Bruins.
Well, John Hale was the guy who was starting at that Sam linebacker position for a long time, but Akeem Ayers, just a freshman, has taken that job because he's more physical and faster to the sideline than Hale is.
Once again, this time it's Johnson and nothing doing. Johnson going to be stopped for a loss of about 2 yards on the play by Chase Moline.
Chase Moline in on that tackle. That is the brother of Shane Moline, the fullback. And Akeem Ayers in there again. That time, UCLA's defense doing a fine job of containing this spread and containing Jeremiah Johnson. And they set up a 3rd and long, which is going to be tough for Masoli because of his height and inability to see way down the field to make those throws.
And this will be the last play, if they get this off, of the first quarter. 1 second left, and I don't believe they are going to get it off. They won't. So this 3rd down and 11 will have to wait until the second quarter begins. And a look at the scoreboard after the first period shows the Oregon Ducks leading the UCLA Bruins 7-0, and right now dominating on both sides of the football. Second quarter action coming up after this.
On October 24th,
4 police officers have been shot.
it will go deeper
She says it was a cop. She said it was Jimmy.
than you think.
A guy like this could tear apart the entire department.
You breathe a word of this. I'll spit you. Pride and Glory. Rated R. Starts October 24th.
The generation that swore it would never get old didn't. Welcome to the summer of life. New Touch of Gray from Just for Men. Lets you keep a little gray. Works gradually. Easy.
Never trust anybody over 90.
New Touch of Gray.
Search Pontiac G8 reviews online and see why it's getting a bit of a reputation. The Pontiac G8 GT, the most powerful sedan for the money. Now use your purchase bonus cash and get a G8 sedan starting at $26,595. Offer ends November 3rd. See your Buick Pontiac GMC dealer today.
Skip the long drive and fly Horizon Air with the most flights throughout the Northwest and Western Canada. Find Horizon's lowest fares at horizonair.com.
You nailed that presentation, man.
Thanks. Oh, yeah. Sell it. Can you believe this market?
Oh, you're hungry. Here's your snack.
Grown-ups need snacks too. That's why I'm introducing Pita Snacks, a choice of fish, sirloin steak, crispy or grilled chicken, topped with a smoky chipotle sauce served on warm pita bread.
No, give it! Give it! You took it!
Watch.
Welcome back. Barry Tompkins, Petros Papadakis, Jim Watson telling you about it from here at Autzen Stadium. 7-0 ball game at the end of one period. Oregon Ducks leading, but right now looking at a 3rd down and 11, just short of midfield. J.Masoli on the only touchdown of the game from 5 yards out. Once again, they spread you out from the numbers to the numbers. This time a long count. Now Masoli straight back, has time, steps up, gonna run. Got the whole field once again. Steps outside, has the first down inside the 40. At the 38-yard line, Chase Moline made the stop, but a pickup of 13 for J.Masoli.
Well, Mary, you were talking about Oregon spreading out this UCLA defense from the numbers to the numbers. This time, he had Jeremiah Johnson on a bit of a wheel route and was looking over there, drawing the entire UCLA defense to that boundary, sees his crease, and he is not afraid. Very impressed with this kid's courage.
This time Johnson's going to be stopped for a loss of about 3. Never did get started. Good job that time by Swirsky.
Well, UCLA is not necessarily guessing when it comes to this spread offense, but every once in a while they're running a stunt, a run blitz that gets to Johnson and causes a loss of yardage. That was a big first down play by UCLA, and here comes Oregon again.
Masoli this time throws and in and out of the hands of Mail. Masoli 10 carries for 81 yards, and we have just begun the second quarter here.
Well, he went to San Francisco City College, won the state title against Kevin Kraft's team from Mount San Antonio College. Both those guys faced each other last year. Here they are again in Autzen Stadium, going at it again as starting quarterback.
3rd down and long once again. Masoli bounces it outside. Now he brings it back to the middle and tries to pick up some blocking. He breaks a tackle and then goes down of his own accord at the 33-yard line. Nobody hit him. Just the turf jumped up and got him.
Well, that's one of those situations where you just can't believe that you found an open space after all the different guys with their hands on you. Jerzy Swirsky was the first guy to miss the tackle. You see him coming over the top. And again, he hits all his teammates instead of Masoli. He ended up putting a pretty good hit on Akeem Ayers. And Masoli easily could have got that first down if he wasn't surprised by being in the open.
So Evenson now with a 50-yard attempt. Missed a 47-yarder wide, but had enough on it a moment ago. Not this time. And that's going to land at about the 3-yard line and just dribble into the end zone. So we've had 3 field goals tried between these teams and 3 misses.
And the Bruins doing a pretty good job here defensively, keeping it close. Looks like somebody got a hand on it. I think the trajectory of the kick was very low to begin with.
Oh, yeah.
Take a look at it again. Looks like one of the interior guards. And that is Reginald Stokes with his hand on it. Great job, but still, again, a pretty low kick by Evenson. And UCLA hanging around. They need to get some offense going now.
But you're right. They really are. They've been dominated and still trail by only 7. They begin this time at the 33, and on first down, they go backward. Khalil Bell dropped for about a 3-yard loss on the play.
And Khalil Bell's going to be in a tough spot in this football game, as we discussed. He's going to have to depend on his tackle-breaking ability to get by that first wave of duck tacklers. They know that Kevin Kraft is not going to go down the field. He has not taken a lot of shots in this football game or in this season, for that matter. So Khalil Bell's going to get that ball on first down, and to loosen up this defense, he's going to have to break tackles.
So 2nd down and 13 now for Kraft. Kraft play fake, rolls out, throws underneath, and much too tall for Ryan Moya. The ball that Kraft would love to have back.
Kraft seems a little rattled right now by the environment.
Well, the first down markers brought to you by Overstock.com. Save time and fuel by shopping comfortably at home with Overstock.com. At home
with the O.
You're right.
Yeah.
3rd down and 13 now.
Tall order for a UCLA team that does not take big chunks of yardage through the air.
They go out of the gun. 4-man rush. Now a late blitz comes. It's picked up. Kraft throws, and Austin dives and makes the catch. First down. Some question as to whether that ball was trapped or not, but officials saying catch.
Terrence Austin, 5'11", 161-pound junior out of Long Beach Poly High School. We always talk about it, the Jackrabbits, down there in Southern California. Does make the catch, cradles it perfectly. That's a great look. Once again, all Kraft's balls, even if they are completed, are very low in this football game.
Needed 13, though, and got 15. Kraft this time, give to Bell. Bell slips the first man, gets by the second, gets it ahead close to the 50-yard line. Great individual effort by Khalil Bell. Did not have a lot of help from his friends.
And we were just talking about it. Khalil Bell is going to have to break tackles in this football game and get positive yardage on first down. Again, UCLA does not go downfield well. You saw them just struggle to eke out that first down on the low throw to Terrence Austin. Very important for UCLA and Khalil Bell to break tackles because the Ducks will not stop stacking that box.
So the ball just short of midfield now. 2nd down and 5, long 5. Bell once more. Nothing doing this time. Stop for a loss of about a yard. Well, when we talked to Nick Aliotti earlier this week, he was very concerned with the defense. Waddy, you were in that discussion. But concerned may not be the right word. Angry may be the right word.
Yeah, remember, they got rolled out last week at SC for 44 points. And both Bellotti and Aliotti, they both talked about changes in scheme and personnel. And the big problem has been passing, of course. Oregon is 9th in the conference in passing defense against SC and Boise State, 800 yards through the air. The problem, of course, has been the play-action schemes. But the problem with UCLA, they don't throw the ball downfield, so Oregon is still able to crowd the box and stop the run first and keep Kraft deep in that pocket.
And in microcosm, the story of this game so far. Kraft in trouble, hit as he throws, and one Hobson. And right in his grill was Nick Reed, one of the best pass rushers in the Pac-10 Conference.
And he doesn't look like it. I mean, he just looks like a normal dude. He kind of looks like a baseball player when you're up close to Nick Reed, 6'2", 255-pound senior. That time abusing Nick Egbatani, getting right around and getting to Kraft and causing the incompletion.
Got a great motor, though, doesn't he?
Wow.
Punt by Perez, and Perez hits this one short also, and it's going to go out of bounds at about the 23-yard line. 29-yard punt to go with the 35-yarder a little bit earlier. 7-0, Ducks.
Everybody has a dream. Some people are just on a faster track than others. Working with World Financial Group can help you make the right moves right now. You've got your life plans. We've got your financial strategies. World Financial Group. Let's get on with it.
You are cleaner than a wind turbine, greener than a solar panel, purer than a hybrid, more powerful than the oceans. You are a sustainable future, because the first alternative in alternative energy is simply using less.
Saved by Zero.
Now, for limited time only, you can get amazing zero APR financing on your favorite Toyota.
Saved by Zero.
That's 0% financing on 11 different models featuring Toyota's legendary quality. No other car brand can make this offer. So hurry in now and see how much Zero can save you on a new Toyota.
Saved by Zero. Saved by Zero.
We welcome you back. 7-0 ball game. Oregon over UCLA. We talked to Mike Bellotti about this team. Here's what he had to say.
I can tell you this, though, our quarterbacks sustained less hits in this offense and less violent hits than they did in our old West Coast offense, getting whipsawed in the pocket.
Well, there's Bellotti talking about what you spoke of a little bit earlier. Not exactly agreeing with you, Pete.
I respectfully disagree.
Masoli throws this time. Threw it short. Did he make the catch? No, a foot out of bounds. Scott was the receiver, but kind of got wrong-footed that time. He had to turn around for the pass, and his left foot came down out of bounds.
Now, there's absolutely nothing wrong with running the spread and getting these different guys involved. And there you see Scott doing a great job trying to get that toe in bounds. And maybe he had it in, but officials call it incomplete.
And once again, here's Masoli. And Masoli will get ahead across the 30, close to the 31-yard line. He's going to pick up about 7 more yards, call it 8 more. He's got 96 yards rushing so far.
Oh, he's been unbelievable, and we talked about the two guys opening the game, Jeremiah Johnson and Khalil Bell, the UCLA and the Oregon running backs. Well, they've only had 35 yards combined in this game, and Masoli's got 96. He looks like Dennis Dixon out there.
Masoli this time has to roll away from pressure on 3rd down, and now he's running out of room. And he is cracked as he gets the sideline. Big loss on a play of 5, and the Ducks are going to have to give it up.
Corey Bosworth with a giant hit that time on Jeremiah Masoli. Akeem Ayers also applying a heck of a lot of pressure. And UCLA's defense has stepped up, and had some problems containing Masoli, but they've done pretty well against the spread thus far. And you see the quarterback running downfield free like a running back, and he's going to sustain hits that way, and that's why Oregon's played so many guys this year.
Suri hits kind of a line drive punt. Austin may have a chance. The 32 stopped immediately. Patrick Chung was right in his grill. 41-yard punt, no return. Once more to the sidelines, Jim Watson, Waddy.
Once again, Barry, UCLA's offense gets the ball back because UCLA's defense, as Petro said, is playing pretty well. They've been pretty good over the last couple of weeks. This is a group that got criticized a lot early in the season. Their biggest bugaboo has been third down. They rank 106th out of 119 D1 problems. And Dwayne Walker said, hey, 3rd and 7 is our worst right now, but they look pretty good so far. That is why the Bruins are still in this game. Their defense came to play.
Got to get something out of the offense, though. Defense is playing most of this game. Play fake, Kraft going up on first down. Steps up, throws down the field, caught by Embry at first down at midfield. Best pass and catch of the game for UCLA.
And that might help with the confidence of Kevin Kraft. He's had a lot of throws that have been off in this football game in the first half, but that time does a great job stepping up, puts his body behind that ball, and you saw the zip on the ball. The freshman, Taylor Embry, makes the catch. Boyd with a pretty nice hit on him, but well-executed play by the Bruins, and they needed it desperately on first down.
Gain of 17 on the first down at the 49-yard line. Kraft on a play fake this time gives it to Bell, and Bell will get it just to midfield. Picked up about a yard. Casey Matthews on the tackle.
You know, sometimes it's more fun to watch Norm Chow call a game when you know that his team has some personnel issues. UCLA has been devastated by injury all over the football field. 3 of their best players, seniors, all went down in the first quarter of the first game. Of course, we all know about Khalil Bell. He is back. Marcus Everett, the wide receiver, is not back. Logan Paulson, the captain and tight end, is not back. And you see Norm Chow trying all these creative ways to loosen up this Oregon defense, and it's kind of fun to watch.
Second down and 9. Bell again. Got about 3 to about the 47-yard line. Going to bring about a 3rd down and about 6. Patrick Chung on the stop. There's Norm Chow on the left. One of the great, not only one of the great guys, but one of the great football minds. Love talking to him.
Well, he just has a real, just like the Eagles, Barry, a peaceful, easy feeling about him, at least when he's talking to us. I've seen him get pretty fired up when he's coaching the guys, but these guys are getting a world of knowledge from Norm Chow and learning to play ball.
3rd down and 6. Kraft in trouble. Throws in the grasp, and it is incomplete. Intended for Terrence Austin, who just could not hang on. That was a pretty risky ball to throw to begin with. Patrick Chung was coming hard. In fact, had Kraft in his grasp.
And another pretty questionable throw by Kevin Kraft while he's going down, just trying to make a play, floating it out to the sideline with a lot of Oregon defenders in the area. UCLA once again lucky to be able to punt it away.
So Perez hits this one very well. High twisting kick. And it's going to hit at about the 11-yard line and be down right there by the Bruins. So good punt by Perez. His 33rd punt inside the 20-yard line this year.
At U.S. Bank, we support athletics, the arts, and anyone with a dream. Support that's not just about money. It's about investing our time and our care to make the most of the places we call home. That's the power of U.S. Bank. 5-star service guaranteed.
She is the most dangerous woman walking the planet. The ultimate female warrior. Undefeated Gina Carano steps into the cage as MMA history is made. Plus, Robbie Lawler battles Ninja Hua in the middleweight championship bout that rocked the fight world. Elite XC, Champions of the Cage, Sunday.
The National League Championship Series. One for the ages. Yeah! The mighty Dodger Blue, Torrey, Martin, Loney, and one Manny. The Fighting Fields. One hungry city. Howard, Hamels, Rollins. You can't miss it.
The date for the Dodgers is next.
Because only one team goes to the World Series.
Oh, man.
There's only one October.
College Football Saturday is brought to you by Verizon Wireless. By Days Inn, the best value under the sun. And the first down marker is brought to you by Overstock.com. Save time and fuel by shopping comfortably at home with Overstock.com. At home with the O. We welcome you back as you look at Hayward Field. Of course, the infamous site of the Olympic trials, not only this year, but on more than one occasion, 2 or 3 times, as I recall, the Olympic trials. There's a give this time. Straight ahead goes Jeremiah Johnson, and Johnson will get about 2. Neither team doing much. Each has had 5 possessions. Oregon had a touchdown, 2 punts, and a couple of missed field goals. UCLA 4 punts and 1 missed field goal. So can't really say that either team is really lighting it up so far.
Certainly not, and UCLA's defense is being run all over the football field. They've had some trouble containing Masoli. They've gotten some good hits on Masoli, but ultimately they have been pretty strong and pretty stout and forcing field goals and winning on some first downs and eventually winning on third down. There you see Reggie Carter. He has been banged up with a knee leaving the field. John Hale on the field at linebacker for UCLA, but UCLA's offense has got to get going or Oregon is going to wear them down.
There's a pitch this time to the trailer Johnson, well defended by UCLA. Pickup of about 2. Waddy.
You know, Barry, and I want to get Petros in on this. In the first quarter, Oregon was doing anything they wanted offensively. Masoli was running all over the place. Now all of a sudden UCLA's made these adjustments defensively. Is it just assignment football, Petros? Are they staying home? Because in that first quarter, every time Masoli cut back, no one was there. They over-pursued.
Well, you don't really see them running the read option play like they were in the first quarter that was really successful. Masoli got a minor concussion in the Boise game and got battered for over 3 quarters of last week's game at USC, and now he's taken some hits, most recently from Corey Bosworth, so we'll see how long he can hold up running the rock.
Third down, Masoli straight back now. He's in trouble, scrambles to his left, and he's going to try to get it himself. He's going to take another hit right here, but he steps out of bounds short of the first down. Exactly what Mike Bellotti would have wanted him to do, quite honestly.
Quite honestly, you're absolutely right, Barry. Now, I guarantee you Masoli wanted to put his foot in the ground, lower his head, and push for that first down, and it wouldn't have taken much. It's going to be 4th and very short, but Brett Lockett, who's a very physical, very muscular man and strong safety for UCLA, was bearing down on him, and he does step out of bounds, and UCLA, another great series defensively.
Yeah, they've had several and have made some very nice adjustments. Dwayne Walker, of course, defensive coordinator. Bruins come after this punt. They don't get it. And a twisting kick, fair catch called by Austin and made at about the 41-yard line. So pretty good field position for the UCLA Bruins as they will try to do a little business. The game is still very much within reach. Just a 7-0 ball game. 6 minutes, 15 seconds remaining to be played here in the first half at Autzen Stadium. We're in Eugene, Oregon. Well, our Acura drive around campus this week is actually a run around campus. Eugene, Oregon, probably the runningest city in America, and here's one of the reasons why. The Prefontaine Trail, 4.7 miles long, and it's made of tan bark and wood chips. And as a runner with 90-year-old knees, I really appreciate it. This time, the give is to Bell, and Bell is going to get about 6 on first down, so pretty good first down yardage for UCLA in the past couple of series.
Did you go on a run this morning, Barry?
I really thought about it.
Because you were talking about going on a run.
And I did give it a lot of consideration.
But,
well, I wanted to be fresh for the game. I didn't want my knees to be barking.
I understand. Hey, you really work your knees up here in the booth.
It's cold out there.
You're carrying me. Carrying me. You work
see
those
your
knees.
breath.
Khalil Bell on the run there. Nice gain on first down.
2nd and 4. Bell once again. This time he runs into a wall. No gain. Might have even lost a little bit.
You know, I respect, Barry, the way that Khalil Bell is running the football in this game. I know that was for no gain, and they're dealing with a third and mid-level yardage. But Khalil Bell, when he's not in the game, is yelling at the offense on the sideline, saying, let's go. We got to go. We got to help out our defense. He's throwing his body in there with everything he's got, and he is not 100%. He probably is not going to be 100% all year with that high ankle sprain that he got against Tennessee. But he is a catalyst for this team, and he is throwing his body in there, and that's what you want to see.
12 carries, 29 yards for Bell. 3rd down and 4. Short drop, Kraft throws, catch made, first down. Catch was made that time by Taylor Embry, who has been his go-to receiver.
Taylor Embry, true freshman, had a big game in that shocking win over Tennessee that UCLA started the season with. And here he is. That's just a simple hitch route. He had the room. TJ Ward, who's been banged up with knee trouble, comes up, can't break down and make the tackle. And Embry does the right thing, gets that ball upfield. Nice 3rd down conversion by Kevin Kraft and UCLA's offense. They got it going a little bit here.
Second catch of the game for Embry. First down at the 44-yard line of the Ducks. Play fake, Kraft going up. Now he has to roll to his right to avoid pressure. Now he'll run. And he'll get it back just about to the line of scrimmage.
Kraft on the keeper, tripped up by Cole Linehan.
Well, the first down marker brought to you by Overstock.com. Save time and fuel by shopping comfortably at home at Overstock.com. At home
with the O.
That's correct.
A little late on that. I was wondering where UCLA's leading rusher, Derek Coleman, is. But right now it looks like Khalil Bell is healthy enough to take it in there. And he's doing that job.
Loss of a yard on that last play. It'll be 2nd down 11. Kraft straight back again. Now he throws a little swing out of the backfield for Bell. Bell will get it inside the 40-yard line, about the 39. Pickup of about 7, but once again it'll be 3rd down in that mid-range.
And that's okay. Khalil Bell running right into Jerome Boyd, getting that pretty good yardage, making it 3rd and manageable for Norm Chow. Again, when you have a quarterback that's not going downfield, when you have a quarterback that hasn't shown that at all, everybody's going to be stacked up on that line of scrimmage. They've been rolling the safeties up, whether it be Ward or Patrick Chung, the entire football game. And Khalil Bell is taking it upon himself to run into these guys with his forehead and back them up.
Don't you have to show it at some point at least?
They haven't. They haven't done it all year.
3rd down and 4 in the meantime, and another big play here for the Bruins. They go empty as Bell comes out of the backfield. Just got the play off, slant, incomplete. Great defensive job that time by J.Byrd. And a flag is down in the secondary.
Prior to the snap, delay of game on the offense.
So they did not get it off.
3rd down.
Well, that was pretty ambitious for a young offense and a relatively inexperienced quarterback and a team that has not played well on the road. Norm Chow calling that empty, having to get Khalil Bell way out in the motion before they can snap the ball, and simply they just ran out of time. And they might run out of time again.
Yeah, they're not being very efficient right here. 3rd down and 9. Got 7 seconds to get this play off. Now 5 seconds. And once again, they really got to hurry. And they're going to have to call a timeout. So again, clock management a little bit iffy as Rick Neuhausel calls a timeout. Does not want to make a mistake right here. As it is, 3rd down and 9. 3:02 remaining first half, and the Ducks lead at 7-0. We'll go to our College Football Saturday studio with Mike Goldberg when we come back.
Every Sunday, live, the official BCS rating show. See who will climb, who will fall, and who will take the next step on the road to the BCS. The official BCS rating show returns Sunday, live.
Improving the look and value of your property can be easy and affordable. U.S. Siding and Windows specializes in both residential and commercial projects. We offer a wide variety of quality brand name windows, doors, and siding, plus free estimates, installation by experts, and guarantees on all work. Football season doesn't last all year. Let's gear up and tackle your improvement needs now. Call U.S. Siding and Windows and ask about our football special while it lasts. Call U.S. Siding and Windows at 503-777-0480.
Here we go. Game coming down to the wire. Ducks need a touchdown right here to win this game. 4th down. Ball on the 37. 6 seconds on the clock. This is it. Ducks into shotgun. 3 receivers right, 1 left, and the snap. Quarterback looks left. Nothing there. Little pressure. Gets away. Rolls out to the right. Downfield wide open. 15-yard line catch. 10-5. Touchdown Ducks. Ducks have won this game. The Ducks have won the game.
Coming up on the DirecTV halftime show, number 1, number 2, and number 3 have lost. So,
who's number 1? Is it Bama or Texas?
Texas won, Bama didn't play, and we have time for your text as well. 310-425-9455. It's your last chance of the day. Back to Eugene. We'll see you in a couple minutes on the DirecTV halftime show. Barry.
All right, thanks a lot, Goldie. What a day in college football. 3rd down and 9. Blitz comes, and Kraft is wrapped up. He had no chance. Blowing in was Jerome Boyd. 3rd sack of the day for the Oregon Ducks.
Jerome Boyd, a senior, a guy who's already graduated, sees the gap, waits just a split second to lull that offensive line to sleep, and then fires his legs right toward Kevin Kraft. It takes him down. Khalil Bell is down.
And that, of course, is something the Bruins absolutely do not need.
Right around midfield, Khalil Bell trying to pick up some of those blitzers is down. And we may see Derek Coleman, the freshman tailback, yet.
And it looks like the left leg that they're working on. Bell has just simply not had the best of it. There is a look at Coleman. And he may be pressed into duty here. Bell will be helped to his feet, but it does not look good.
Well, here's Khalil Bell right here. You're going to see him. It looks like after the sack, Boyd rolled up on Bell's ankle. That is his bad ankle, the one that has kept him out. And there you see it again, getting rolled up on. He is being helped off the field. Unfortunate for Khalil Bell, who was really trying to will his offense to help out that defense. Not just a good player, not just a guy that can break tackles and get downfield and do what a running back does, but a guy that can emotionally lift up young guys on the football team, let them know he's out there for them, so they play well too on the road. That is a big blow to UCLA.
Absolutely. He's a guy that really has stepped up and taken a leadership role on this team this year and has not been right all season long. Now gets dinged again. So to Perez to punt it once more. Another line drive kick. And Byrd may have a chance here. Starts up the middle, now trying to get the outside, and stays on his feet. Now he's going to get some room. Good stiff arm, and finally dragged down at the 31-yard line. It was only 17 yards on a return, but it was a pretty nifty 17.
Well, Barry, we've been talking about the courage of Khalil Bell. That's a courageous run by J.Byrd, who's been playing with some hurt ribs. And if you played with some hurt ribs before, you know how painful that is.
Let's take a look at our U.S. Bank Players of the Week. And all really well-earned, I think. Mark Sanchez come off a great game in the win against Oregon last week. Cameron Jordan, who stepped into the California lineup, has been a reserve. And did he step up big? And Brian Anger, with that 72-yard punt, pinned Arizona State back and did not give them a chance. Little swing pass this time to Blount. Blount not going to get much.
There you're seeing a little maturation for Masoli. Not getting his reads, working his progression, and then finding the outlet route to Blount. Pretty good job, even though no gain. Pretty smart. Akeem Ayers with the stop.
2nd down and 10. And here's Masoli again. Masoli will pick up about 4 this time. He'll get it to the 35-yard line. Reginald Stokes on the tackle.
Reginald Stokes on the tackle. 3rd down 6.
15 carries, 100 yards now for Masoli. Incidentally, they have taken Khalil Bell to the locker room. Masoli throws, and it bounces right out of the hands of the intended receiver, Ed Dixon, and he does not drop too many.
No, he's the best receiver on this football team for the Ducks, and Mike Bellotti told us as much. Ed Dixon, a junior tight end. Just like Day or any of the other great tight ends that you've seen here at Oregon, Dixon fits that bill perfectly, but drops that ball, and they needed him to catch it, though. How much of a threat at this point is UCLA's offense to get all the way down the field and score?
You got to give it up for UCLA's defense, though. I mean,
yeah.
They've done a great job, made some nice adjustments, and this is still a 7-point ball game, and Oregon's been kind of dead in the water on the offensive end. Austin will finally grab that ball, just step out of bounds, the 11-yard line. Pretty effective punt that time, 54 yards.
And Barry, you know, there's really something to that. Neuheisel's off-stated formula coming into the year was to keep games close until the fourth quarter, and then the Bruins would take their chances down the stretch, and that's what happened against Tennessee.
Want to remind you, coming up at halftime on the DirecTV halftime show, Goalie and DeMarco Farr, they'll be in the studio to tell you about the top 25 scores and highlights, and there were plenty of them. You can still text to 310-425-9455. Upsets the order of the day. UCLA trying to do a little business of their own here in Eugene, Oregon. Eric Coleman now the running back. They start at the 11-yard line, 1 minute 8 seconds remaining in the half. And Coleman stopped immediately by Jerome Boyd, who had quite a ball game so far.
You know, it used to be back in the 90s when guys could take their helmets off, they would at any moment and take it off and show you their face, because for the most part, football players are faceless. At that time, Jerome Boyd's helmet just flies off, and I think guys like their helmets to fly off too, you know, so people can see their faces and see how good looking they are.
It's good for the helmet to fly off, but not if their head is in it.
No, that's
I've always found that to be true. Let's check tonight's Touch of Gray winning touch. And here it is right here, and it's Khalil Bell diving into the end zone, but it's more the people in there at the time, and he's got, of course, Price, who is a defensive tackle, leading the way in. I think that's a new play, not really a new play. I think probably started by Mike Ditka, the Chicago Bears, with Refrigerator Perry. And that's the new touch of gray for the generation that swore it would never get old. I think that was my generation. A touch of gray.
No.
You might have noticed.
Silvery fox, as I like to think of you as. And still very nimble.
Very nimble.
Though you did not run this morning.
I was just going to say.
I would have gone with you. I even thought about it.
We had coffee. It's kind of like that. Play fake. Kraft rolls. Now he's going to bring it down and throw it. It was almost picked. He threw it right into the hands of J.Byrd.
And right now, UCLA's kind of doing Oregon a favor. I mean, they needed to get a first down if they were going to take some shots, but Kraft with another ill-advised throw out to the edge, and that's 4 or 5 in this football game that very easily could have been picked. And UCLA really testing J.Byrd. They haven't tried too much on Walter Thurman III. These are good corners, beat up, and they haven't practiced a whole bunch. They played in every game except for Thurman missed a game with a groin. But I wouldn't test Byrd too much out there, especially with the way Kraft's been throwing the football.
I think Nick Aliotti got their attention this week. They got to get this play off. 1 second, they just do. Quarterback draw, and Kraft wrapped up. And now you might think about calling a timeout if you're the Oregon Ducks. They've got 2 timeouts remaining.
And they do
and
just
they
that.
have called a timeout. So they have 50 seconds left. UCLA will have to punt it from near its own end zone. So Oregon ostensibly would get pretty good field position here.
Clock management has not been UCLA's strength in this first half, starting with Rick Neuheisel stopping the clock and using one of his timeouts, trying to get a measurement on the very first series of the game.
You know, we were talking about how old that dive play, that particular alignment is. It goes all the way back to, let me think for just a moment here, 2002. Or was it 2000?
The year 2000, like Conan O'Brien says.
That was Petros Papadakis, my partner. Who was that in front of you?
That was Fasea Mailo, big number 75, a 360-pound offensive tackle that we used as a fullback. He was pretty good. You know, he'd get in there. I was pretty good at short yardage, Barry. Really one of the only things in my life that I was ever good at. But every once in a while, Fasea was just like a cork in that hole. It was giant. I couldn't get over it.
Plug it up. Perez to punt. He'll hit it right about the goal line. Byrd the deep man for Oregon. Perez hits this one pretty good. And it's going to go out of bounds somewhere around the, I would think around the 47, 48 yard line. We'll see how the officials see this. Jim Watson, what do you got?
Barry, that highlight of Petros was just shameful. Now I have a question for you. Should the celebration take longer and use up more energy than the actual play itself?
If you're thinking, I mean, if you're thinking about what you should do, and if
It was
you're doing
1
things
yard,
right,
Petros.
It was 1 yard, but it counted the same as if it was 99.
Petros.
Think about that. No, Waddy. No. Don't you be calling me out.
I love the
No.
Hey, boys, medium jersey. They didn't have a large.
Hey, it had to be taped. I didn't want anybody grabbing my jersey. It was taped right to the shoulder pad.
Nice guns, brother.
Thank you.
Masoli airs it out, going deep, and unable to hang on to it was Scott at about the 15-yard line. Put it on the numbers, though. Verner, good job defensively. Masoli does 3 of 10, only 17 yards passing. Very unlike an Oregon football team.
Well, he's been great running the football, but it's kind of one or the other with these Oregon quarterbacks. Roper's a guy that can really throw. Masoli can really run.
And that was Harper unable to hold on to the ball. Harper began the year as a quarterback. That's right. We saw him at quarterback last time we saw the Ducks, but he will be a wide receiver, according to Mike Bellotti. That will be his position henceforth.
Yeah, couldn't prove that he could really throw the ball efficiently enough to stay in the quarterback mix for the Ducks. Chris Harper, big recruit, just a freshman out of Wichita, Kansas, and he's a load, 6'2", 230-pound kid.
Unger now back at center. On third down, and here comes Masoli again. He's going to get the first down and a lot more. He'll take it all the way to about the 25-yard line. Well, what doesn't work in the passing department certainly does in the rushing department.
Brett Lockett finally drags him down. And maybe a little bit of a horse collar there, but Masoli, UCLA just needs to start treating Masoli in this football game as a running back, whether or not they're spying him or watching him with an extra player. They're having a very difficult time when he takes off. 16 carries, 128 yards. Now he's looking to the end zone, going for Harper. Touchdown, Ducks! A lot of grabbing and clutching going on there also. Poor clock management by UCLA has led to this touchdown for the Ducks. The freshman, Raheem Moore, on the former quarterback, the freshman, Chris Harper, that we were just talking about. That time, Masoli very confident with that pump fake, and then lets it fly perfectly. And what a play for the young freshman. Just moved to wide receiver permanently because he wasn't too much of a thrower, but he certainly was a catcher on this one.
I'll say he was. And they're going to look at this, but let's see, did he get his feet down? Oh,
looks
he's
like 1 foot,
in.
2 knees, unless the ball came loose there, which we can't see from that angle. That is a bona fide touchdown.
Oh, yeah, looks like he's still clutching it. And we'll get a better look here.
He's got possession. He's tucking it away. Touchdown.
I think so. 24 yards on that play. They had only 17 yards passing prior to that.
Well, they decided Harper wasn't a quarterback. Only had 9 attempts in his career here at Oregon. Maybe a few more before it's all over. 40 yards, a touchdown, 2 picks. That's not good.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Touchdown.
So Harper gets a touchdown. He's such a great athlete. Mike Bellotti said he's got to play someplace.
Absolutely, and he's a guy that they can get involved. Their receivers have not been ultra impressive this year, so why not move a guy out and let him do some things? And how about Masoli in a meeting room all camp with Chris Harper, and then he's throwing him a touchdown pass. That's a lot of fun for the young guys.
So now the try for point. That's a huge touchdown. UCLA had it. Could have gone in at halftime, 7-0 down, very much in the ballgame. It's not to say they're out of the ballgame now, but all the momentum swings to Oregon with 22 ticks remaining in the first half.
And right now, Barry, UCLA has got to get in the locker room, and Norm Chow has got to talk to his quarterback and his offensive line and his freshman running back Coleman and say, look, guys, we have not scored on the road this season. Putting up a donut at Autzen Stadium. They put up a donut in Provo, Utah against BYU. They have got to find a way to get in the end zone. UCLA's defense has played well enough to win this football game in the first half. They certainly have. They certainly played well enough to win the first half. But their offense has not held up that end of the bargain. And whether that's personnel, play calling, clock management, they have got to address it at halftime in the locker room and find some way to put some points on the board on the road.
Now, they certainly did that against Tennessee. Remember, they had a horrendous first half against Tennessee and then came back and win the football game on a great second half.
Yeah, they did, but the Rose Bowl is not Autzen Stadium.
You're right.
This is a difficult place to play, especially when these people get pumped up. They got a chance to jump on who they see as their arch nemesis. You heard Jim Watson talking all about Rick Neuheisel and how the people here in Eugene don't like him. They will try to pour it on, at least the crowd will, in the second half. They've got to find a way to get together, group together, and find a way to get something going offensively.
This time a one hopper to Austin. Austin at the 10-yard line trying to take it outside, and he's not going anywhere. Gets to about the 12-yard line. Well, we want to remind you, Pac-10 fans, that you can log on to pac10.org for the chance to win 2 tickets to the 2008 Rose Bowl game. Just go to pac10.org, click on the logo that you see right here.
I live on pac10.org.
I spent a lot of time there myself. We should meet there one day.
You know, that would be cool. A little virtual Barry, a virtual me, shaking hands on pac10.org.
Well, Kraft just going to take a knee here with 15 ticks left, and that will be it for the first half. And a very tough end to the first half for a UCLA football team that really hung in there. But as Petros pointed out, not good clock management down the stretch, and they allowed a 22-second drive to put the second score on the board on the pass from Masoli to Harper. 14-0 at the end of the first 30 minutes of play, and a big last minute for the Oregon Ducks. Let's go right now down to the field. Jim Watson, Waddy.
Mike, I know coming in, defense was a focal point. You got a shutout. Are you happy? Much better than last week.
Yeah, I'm very pleased with the way our defense has been playing, and again, our offense needs to pick it up. It's nice to get that score at the end, give us a little momentum going into halftime. We're a little sluggish right now. They're doing a nice job, but our defense is playing really, really well.
Yeah, offensively good first drive to start the game and a good drive to end the half, but what happened in between? A little inconsistency.
Well, we're not doing a great job up front right now, and again, we're a little beat up there. We got to just get through this, and we haven't caught a lot of footballs. We've dropped a couple, so we just have to make more plays.
Appreciate the time. Mike Bellotti heads to the locker room with a 14-0 advantage. We send you to our College Football Saturday studio for the DirecTV halftime show with Mike Goldberg and DeMarco Farr.
Well, Jim Watson, thank you very much. We welcome you inside our College Football Saturday studios in Los Angeles. As Waddy mentioned, this is the DirecTV halftime show, UCLA, Oregon. What a big drive late in the game, and if you want to talk about that or many other things, it is the DirecTV halftime show coming up. The battle of the last 2 BCS champions. That and more when we return to Los Angeles on the DirecTV halftime show.
Ten elite universities stretching across 4 western states. Steeped in the values of academic excellence, driven by the mission of being the nation's premier athletic conference. The destination for student athletes competing at the highest level. The Pac-10, the Conference of Champions.
This is Kirk Herbstreit. You know you're a true Outback fan when you think great coverage is crispy bacon wrapped around a filet on our mixed grill with sweet shrimp and sautéed scallops. To you, cutting up the middle means slicing into our Outback special sirloin. 17 spices, big, bold flavors seared in. Let's go tonight. Great picks, starting at $9.99 for a limited time. Go, go, go. Let's go tonight. Crave on.
Chevy. Every pickup and SUV we make is available with an EPA estimated 20 mpg highway or better. Toyota and Ford can't say that. Get in and drive yours now during the Chevy Fall Drive. Drive Silverado with better available V8 fuel economy than Toyota Tundra. Choose 0% APR or $5,000 purchase cash back on these 08 Chevy Silverado half-ton models. See your local Chevy dealer during Chevy's Fall Drive.
Everyone, today we move forward. Because today, I give you push to talk. Boss, we already have push to talk.
These came with holsters.
Yeah, well, we switched to Verizon Wireless. And this comes with this. Whoa. That's better than a holster.
Upgrade today to the only push-to-talk that comes with a network. Activate push-to-talk on 5 or more business lines to get this great deal. Verizon Wireless.
They're here.
No, honey, they're not here. We forgot to switch to DirecTV. So instead of watching our favorite channels in HD, we're stuck watching cable. Forgetting to switch to DirecTV? Yeah, that's gonna come back to haunt me.
Get 3 times more HD channels than cable. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
The generation that swore it would never get old didn't. Welcome to the summer of life. New Touch of Gray from Just for Men. Lets you keep a little gray. Works gradually. Easy. New Touch of Gray.
Check it out, gas prices blowing up sky high. Ditch my used subcompact for a 2-wheeled ride. Now I'm rolling eco-friendly, but I still look bad. When the bike store saw my credit, they said this was all they had. Offer applies with enrollment and triple advantage.
Robbie Lawler battles Ninja Hua in the middleweight championship bout that rocked the fight world. Elite XC, Champions of the Cage, Sunday.
Oregon hosting UCLA, getting on the board first. J.Masoli to carry up the middle, and it's 7-0 Ducks. Tough half for Matt Evenson. First quarter pushes the 42-yard field goal attempt wide right. Still 7-0 Ducks. Then in the second quarter, the 50-yard attempt is blocked, and it falls well short. The Ducks hanging to a slim lead at the half. It's now 14-0. Hi, everybody. I'm Angie Mentink. He's our FSN football insider, Jason Stiles. You know, J.Masoli doesn't have a whole lot of points to show for his effort. They do get the touchdown late to extend it to 14-0, but it's not for lack of trying.
No, not at all. And I think they've missed a few opportunities. They've had to punt the ball away, missed a few field goals. But at the end of the day, J.Masoli is really doing a nice job moving up and down the field, and he's doing it on his own legs for the most part. You can tell UCLA came into this game very focused on stopping LeGarrette Blount and Jeremiah Johnson. Masoli has not disappointed. He's picked up the slack. 16 carries, 129 yards, and a touchdown in this first half. He also closed out the first half with a nice strike to his former quarterback mate, C.Harper, for a touchdown, and Oregon's up 14-0. But I think when you look at the things that Masoli has done in this first half, you've got to be very happy if you're an Oregon Duck fan, and if you're Justin Roper, you better watch out. That 4-12 passing, a little deceiving, had a lot of drop footballs in that first half.
See how anytime you rush for 129, you don't have to exactly be perfect
really matter,
with your arm. All right, when we return on College Football Northwest, we're going to check in on the Cougs and the Beavs from Reeser, where OSU had 66 reasons to celebrate. Stay right there.
Masoli this time keeps and scores. Touchdown Ducks.
Your money's important to you, right? So why buy new when a used vehicle is a much better value? Buy smart. Your Northwest Lithia stores have access to over 6,000 quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Each one is fully inspected and reconditioned. And Lithia's money-back guarantee and used vehicle warranty give you peace of mind. With 48 locations in the Northwest, there's a Lithia store near you. Buy smart. Buy used at one of your Northwest Lithia stores or shop online at lithia.com.
For the best in live entertainment, the Emerald Queen Casino I-5 is the place to be. October 18th, Spike and the Impalers. November 8th, R&B soulster Keith Sweat. November 14th and 15th, Funny Man Sinbad. Tickets are available through Ticketmaster or at the Emerald Queen Casino I-5 Tacoma, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
Brakes. The most important system in your car.
If you're experiencing symptoms of worn brakes, noise or grinding, pulsation, brake grab, or if your brake pedal needs excessive pressure, come into Les Schwab for a free brake inspection. If your brakes need service, we do it right, we do it complete. Repairing, resurfacing, replacing, and adjusting. All backed by our full parts and labor guarantee. Les Schwab Brake Service. If we can't guarantee it, we won't sell it.
This is for all those who doubted my judgment.
6 days till the party's over.
You've been imbibing something I don't know about?
Don't miss it. Josh Brolin is W. Rated PG-13. In theaters everywhere Friday.
There you go. We're even now. Still owe me $5. Double stacks are only 99 cents each.
Yeah, but look at that double stack. Got your 2 fresh, never frozen beef patties, cheese stacked up there. It's worth way more than 99 cents.
There's no double stack exchange rate.
So now you're an economist.
Wendy's Double Stack Cheeseburger is 99 cents that tastes like more. One of 3 way better 99-cent sandwiches on Wendy's Super Value menu.
It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's.
Whoa, with stuffed crust pizza, you can't go straight for all that cheese in there. Start slow, and then, bam, you go for the big cheese.
Right. Bam.
Nobody stuffs the crust like Pizza Hut's Stuffed Crust Pizza, with loads of melty cheese stuffed inside that amazing crust, specially priced at just $11.99. America's favorite pizza. Pizza Hut. Join Pizza Hut in supporting the World Food Program.
Tomorrow's a big day. It's the reason you kissed the kids and got in the cab this morning. It's why they invented energy drinks. It's why you joined Toastmasters and floss religiously. Tomorrow's why you haven't eaten dairy or broccoli in a week. If it weren't for tomorrow, those business cards you ordered would seem kind of silly. Tomorrow's big, and at Hilton Garden Inn, we know every big day will go much better with a perfect night before. When tomorrow's a big day, stay HGI tonight.
Missed field goals, the story in Eugene. 3 missed kicks have hurt both the Ducks and Bruins. Oregon right now leading it at the half, 14-0. You know, the odds makers didn't give the Cougs much of a chance against the Beavers today. A 30-point spread. Now, coming into this one, Jacquizz Rodgers was leading the nation in rushing among true freshmen. Let's just say that he's still comfortably in the lead.
You could say that.
Lots of offense in this one, more from OSU than WSU, but lots of offense in Corvallis. First quarter, no score. Lyle Moida drops back, finds Sammy Strotter down the sideline. The Beavs would open up a 21-0 lead. In the second quarter, Moida pressured and picked off by Louis Bland.
4 first-half picks for Moival. They're throwing it to the Cougs for 6. Cougs making a game of it.
Yeah, but in the third quarter, Moival on target, this time for James Rogers. He's going to ramble 17 yards for the score. The Beavers blow out the Cougs in the second half, 66-13. The final, the 53-point margin is the greatest margin of victory for OSU over Wazoo, thanks in large part to a 42-0 second half. Jacquizz Rodgers with 168 yards and a touchdown. Moival with 2 TDs passing, a touchdown rushing, and an interview with our Kathy Marshall.
Winning quarterback Lyle Moival showing what a true competitor you are, Lyle, having that tough second quarter, then coming back and leading this team to just an overwhelming victory. You got to feel good about this.
Yeah, we definitely do. Obviously, I made some mistakes tonight that I didn't, plan on having, and it's just one of those nights where you got to make sure you're on top of it, from the first whistle to the last.
Amazing. I think there were 8 different Beavers that ended up in the end zone tonight. That had to feel good to have such diversity out there.
Yeah. Anytime we have that many guys scoring, it's always fun, and it's always good to get those young guys in there, and every time they get a touchdown, we're always excited for them.
Now, I'm wondering what was said at halftime to help you locate and just really get on the numbers in the second half.
We just went out there in the first half. We played good starting off, and then we kind of, dazed off for a little bit later on in the first half. But then during the halftime, coaches told us we got to come out fired up just like we were when we first started. So that's what we did, and we were able to come out on top.
All right, time to celebrate. Lyle Moival, the winning quarterback tonight. He moves on to Seattle next week when the Beavers take on the Huskies.
Kathy, thank you. And this game, Arizona State versus USC, was over at halftime. These are other Pac-10 scores for you. 28-0 is the way it ends. Stanford outduels the Wildcats, and elsewhere around the Northwest, Idaho State can't figure out Northern Colorado. Montana takes care of Eastern Washington. Weber State is just too tough this year. Montana State agrees this evening with me. The Portland State falls to Northern Arizona. Elsewhere, Boise State holds over Southern Miss. Western Washington doesn't look good enough against Central, Jace.
Oh, I guess they got to be good at something over there in Ellensburg.
And PLU loses to Gustavus. It's all fish. What are they, Minnesota? My gosh. The Ducks and Bruins locked in a good one from a wild Auckland Stadium. We've got the keys for the second half coming up. Keep it right here on FSN.
So we're shooting in China.
No.
So we're shooting in Argentina.
I don't hate this.
Good? Hey, I'm the producer. I just make it happen. And did I mention it's a film about Parisian squirrels who ride bikes?
Scooter.
Who ride scooters?
I like what you're doing very much.
My director, he can be a bit...
I want to go back to China.
Much. But on tonight's flight, I can just sleep.
The new international business class only on American. We know why you fly.
Why squirrel hate me?
He's a top government operative, a military hero. And when he needed a cover, they created one.
Good night, Edward.
Daddy's home! One man, two very different lives.
Split personality.
Lives will be saved. Christian Slater, my own worst enemy. Check your local listings.
Knowledgeable people doing the right things, the right way, on purpose. If that's your formula for business success, have we got a business bank for you? Sterling Savings Bank. Now, more than ever.
Freedom of choice. It's what makes this wide open country of ours so great. So whether you're into paved roads, dirt roads, or no roads, Toyo makes an open country tire that's just right for you. No matter where the road takes you.
Did you know that Comcast's superior TV, internet, and home phone service are backed by 1,800 local employees who provide customer support 24/7? That also includes flexible service and installation appointments, even on weekends. Comcast has a call center right here in Beaverton, 8 field offices, and 15 customer service centers. From Southwest Washington to Eugene, there's bound to be one near you. Local customer service is just one of the many ways Comcast brings value to your community.
Are you looking for a new best friend? Now it's easier than ever to find the perfect furry companion at Pet Adoptions on Demand. We'll introduce you to cats and dogs of every size, breed, and disposition, each one waiting for a place to call home. Visit Pet Adoptions in the On Demand menu under Local Programs.
Brought it up in the pregame show. Nick Reed is a quarterback's worst nightmare. He sacks UCLA quarterback Kevin Kraft, and his Ducks are up at the half, 14-0. He's got those sleeves that you love. So much going on.
Fu Manchu guys are just tough, right?
Old school. All right, Jason, we established that J.Masoli is playing well, but for Oregon to pull away and to dominate like you predicted in the pregame show, what was it, 52-17?
I'm counting on a big second half, Ducks, okay?
What are the Ducks going to need to do to have that big second half you've been talking about?
Well, first of all, I think they need to be a lot more opportunistic on defense. They've had a couple chances. There's been some footballs in the air that they could have made into turnovers. In the second half, they'll have those same opportunities. They just need to turn them into those turnovers. The second thing they need to do is finish drives. They started, they got over midfield, 2 missed field goals, some third down conversions that didn't go their way. They've just got to keep drives going and get 7 instead of 3.
All right, if you're UCLA, you're just happy you're in this game. Jason and I are going to be back after the game to recap this one and all the Northwest sports action. But right now, after the break, it's the second half from Autzen, Oregon, with a 14-0 lead. Barry Tompkins and Petros Papadakis with the call coming up.
You know the cool thing about having an O for a symbol? You learn to see endless potential
everywhere you go. The University of Oregon.
There's good news at Beaverton Mitsubishi, where Joe always says yes. Check out the powerful, fun-to-drive Mitsubishi Lancer starting at $11,995. Get your sporty Eclipse at $6,000 off MSRP. The aggressive Mitsubishi Raider is priced at $8,500 off MSRP. And the smart Mitsubishi Endeavor, $9,000 off MSRP. The most for your trade-in, the lowest payments, the best financing, a 10-year factory warranty, and no payments till 2009. Smart shoppers know. Now's the time to buy at Beaverton Mitsubishi, where Joe always says yes.
Are you looking for a new best friend? Now it's easier than ever to find the perfect furry companion at Pet Adoptions on Demand. We'll introduce you to cats and dogs of every size, breed, and disposition, each one waiting for a place to call home. Visit Pet Adoptions in the On Demand menu under Local Programs.
Of Simply Banner to your checking account, and you're doing something good for the environment, as well as making your life less complicated. You save paper by receiving statements online and paying your bills online. You save time by being able to do your banking from wherever you and your mobile device happen to be. And even more good news, you earn 3,000 Visa Extra points just for signing up. Simply Banner. It's good all the way around.
October is Ford Truck Month, and just announced, get up to $7,500 cash back on select Ford F-150 and Super Duty pickups. These are America's #1 selling trucks, and now for a limited time, get up to $7,500 cash back. The most towing, the most payload, and now up to $7,500 cash back on many F-Series models. Now with $7,500 total cash back, you can save over $10,500 on F-150, America's #1 selling truck for 31 years.
Oh, man, my pen busted.
But hey, you're smiling the corporate colors.
That's a blue chip grandbaby.
Wake up on the bright side at La Quinta Inns and Suites in a comfy bed. La Quinta.
Having some trouble offensively with Masoli. He's run the ball very well over 100 yards in this game. UCLA needs to start treating him like a running back, but other than the big throw to Harper, the other quarterback, they haven't had a lot of success going downfield. UCLA and Rick Neuheisel's team with Kevin Kraft at quarterback has not gone downfield at all, and offensively, they have been absolutely inept trying to score on the road.
A game that's all teed up, just waiting for somebody to take it. 14-0 as we start the third quarter. UCLA will get the football first. Evenson to do the kicking for the Ducks. And Austin will be the deep man for the UCLA Bruins. And the second half is underway. Deep kick this time for Evenson. And Austin is going to bring it out from about 5 yards deep, and he gets a little gap, but it still stops short of the 20-yard line. So kind of an ill-advised return by Austin to the sideline once more. Jim Watson, Waddy.
Barry, I talked to Rick Neuheisel coming out of the locker room. We both agree this UCLA defense is getting better each week. All things considered, remember, Oregon is the #1 total offense and the #1 rushing offense in the Pac-10. The yards were huge, 213, 172 on the ground. Neuheisel says if we tackle the quarterback, we'll be in this game. Offensively, he says we couldn't establish a run game. That killed us, so they want to spread the field a little bit in the second half, maybe loosen things up. I asked him, will you throw the ball downfield? And he said, we'll see. Maybe we'll see it right here.
Well, good enough for first down. A pickup of about 10 on the first snap. That was Jim Watson on his freecreditreport.com sideline report. Embry on the receiving end of that. And it's a pickup of 11 yards and a first down on the first offensive snap in the second half.
Well, here's the young freshman again doing a great job of pushing off Walter Thurman III, driving him off of the route, making the catch and securing the ball, making sure he's got a first down. Nice throw by Kevin Kraft, and one of the few throws he's made in this football game, frankly, that was right on the money, and the receiver could catch standing up.
So Kraft goes from under center. Coleman is the running back. He gets the pitch. and tries to hurdle a man who makes a shoestring tackle on him. A pickup of about 2.
Picked up by T.J. Ward.
So Khalil Bell obviously still dinged, and see if we can get a little bit more. Here's Jim Watson. Waddy, what do you got?
Well, I asked Rick Neuheisel about it coming out of the locker room. I said, do you have anything on Bell? And kind of looked at me with that face, and he said he's questionable for the second half. So I'm trying to find a little bit more here on the bench. Pretty close mouth right now, but they got to have him on the field. They got to get a running game going.
Shane Moline, the running back now. They bunch the receivers to the left side. Kraft straight back. Throws underneath for Moya, and Moya will get about 2 before being run out of bounds by T.J. Ward.
Well, Khalil Bell, there's no question that he is the emotional heart of this UCLA offense, and there you see him, Boyd with the sack and then rolling up on the ankle of Bell. And he is on the sideline. You can see him right there, all suited and booted. We'll see if they get him back in that football game.
A little hitch in his giddy-up.
He had a hitch in his giddy-up before.
Well, that's true. 3rd down and 6, meanwhile, a big play here. Moline remains the running back. Moya comes in motion and slots to the near side. Kraft straight back. Now he steps up, he'll run, but he will be stopped well short of the 1st down by Nick Reed. So the Bruins will have to give it up. And Perez will come on to do the punting once again. And once again, J.Byrd will be the deep man. Neuheisel talks it over with his quarterback. Learning on the job. And a fumbled snap. Unfortunately, the Ducks were playing return here, and a pretty good punt on the recovery by Perez, and this is going to wind up getting inside the 10-yard line all the way to the 9. Not the way you draw it up, but a 56-yard punt nonetheless for Perez. More importantly, with no return. Well, the numbers after the first 30 minutes, not real impressive, honestly, on either side of the ball, although that 171 yards rushing for Oregon, difference maker.
Absolutely, and most of it came, we talked a lot about Jeremiah Johnson going into the football game and how he was going to carry the load and he was going to be featured and they were going to try to throw him the ball. They threw him one ball and he dropped it, and he hadn't been too successful running the football. All those rushing yards have come from the quarterback, Masoli.
Masoli this time on a pump fake. Now he's looking deep, and now he tucks it away. Now he throws a lateral that is caught by Harper, and the end result of that play is a gain of less than a yard.
Masoli trying to do the old Colt McCoy. Same thing that McCoy pulled off against Colorado for Texas. Sort of trying to run a fast break like a point guard, but ball was a little high. Beautiful catch. Very athletic play by Chris Harper. And we've seen the athleticism of this young former quarterback in this football game. He's been impressive.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a fixture. Here's a give to Johnson. Johnson gets it across the 15 to the 16, a gain of about 6.
We talked about UCLA and how they have to treat Masoli in this football game. He did have the one deep throw to Harper that was successful for a touchdown in the second quarter, but other than that, has not been ultra successful going down the field. Part of that is because of his height. UCLA has just got to treat him like another running back, and that would give Jeremiah Johnson a better opportunity.
3rd down and a short 3, and Johnson's not going to get it. He's dropped for a loss back at the 15-yard line, so 3 and out for Oregon on its first possession of the second half. Reginald Stokes with the defensive play for the Bruins.
Reginald Stokes, who saw his first action last week with very good pursuit on that play, already has blocked a field goal in this game.
That's the 4th 3 and out for this UCLA defense. So the defense certainly doing its part and have made some nice adjustments. And ostensibly the Bruins should get the ball in reasonably good field position here. High snap, Evenson pulls it down. Or Siri pulls it down, I should say, sorry. And here's Austin, starts to the near side, got one block, look out, midfield. Now he tries to cut it back, steps back outside and gets it down to the 36-yard line. Casey Matthews with a tackle, a 50-yard punt, and a 30-yard return by Terrence Austin. So we'll jump away. 10:38 remaining 3rd quarter. UCLA has the ball in excellent field position at the 34 when we come back.
grace is power. Introducing the all-new TL, the most powerful Acura ever built.
Everyone, today we move forward. Because today, I give you push to talk. Boss, we already have push to talk.
These came with holsters.
Yeah, well, we switched to Verizon Wireless. And this comes with this. Whoa. That's better than a holster.
Upgrade today to the only push-to-talk that comes with a network. Activate push-to-talk on 5 or more business lines to get this great deal. Verizon Wireless.
Mr. President, what would you say your greatest mistakes have been?
Wish you would have given me this written question ahead of time.
W, rated PG-13, in theaters Friday. The generation that swore it would never get old didn't. Welcome to the summer of life. New touch of gray from Just for Men. Lets you keep a little gray. Works gradually. Easy.
Never trust anybody over 90.
New touch of gray.
College Football Saturday is brought to you by DirecTV. If you call yourself a sports fan, you got to get DirecTV. And the first down marker is brought to you by Overstock.com. Shop with the company that supports college football. Overstock.com. At home with the O. Well, the Bruins start at the 34-yard line of the Oregon Ducks. Their deepest penetration so far tonight has been to the Oregon 30. A little bit of an opportunity here. Just underway, third quarter, 10:38 remaining. Short drop by Kraft. Now he's in trouble, and he has to unload, and does so in the middle of the field. No one around him. Rashawn Harris putting a big push on Kraft. That was almost a huge loss.
And this is an opportunity that UCLA cannot let slide. Great push by the defensive line. Kraft just doing a good job of getting rid of that ball, even though the throw was kind of scary. He's made a lot this game. Rashawn Harris applying that pressure, really pushing Jake Dean right into his quarterback.
Second down and 10 at the 34-yard line. Straight back Kraft. Runs out of time, steps up, got a little room, 30, and down about the 27-yard line, and that's the deepest penetration so far tonight by the UCLA offense. Tukuafu with a shoestring tackle on Kraft. Third down and 3.
And the Bruins got to make something out of this. You see Kraft finding the gap. Masoli has been doing it all game. Unfortunately for UCLA, Kraft not as fast as Masoli, unable to pick up the first down, but he's got a manageable third down. The crowd's going to get going here. Kraft has got to find a way to convert this.
Third down and 3. Kraft going to throw. Steps up, throws, got a man open. Johnson caught at the 4-yard line. Dominique Johnson with the catch, and they mark it at the 3-yard line.
And a great throw by Kevin Kraft, dropping back, well protected. With Moline in the backfield, Oregon figured UCLA not going to run the ball, dropping everybody back into coverage, but finding a space in that zone right underneath Patrick Chung is Dominique Johnson, a guy they need to make plays like that. They need a lot more of that from him.
Coleman, the tailback, lines up behind Moline. They bring Ketchum in motion. 2 tight ends and a fumble. Ball loose. Flag down. Rashawn Harris made the recovery, but let's see.
They might say Rashawn Harris was offsides.
Prior to the snap, false start on the offense. 5 yards.
That's the best penalty UCLA will ever get.
Well, that nullifies the play. There you're going to see the offsides. Third in from the left, right there.
There he was.
Both guards getting some movement. UCLA trying to run the old-fashioned ISO play with Coleman to shove it up in there. And very fortunate.
They're going to have to hurry here. They got 5 seconds to get this play off. Now 4, 3, 2 seconds, 1 second. They didn't get it off unless they got a timeout call. And I think they got the timeout call just in time. So again, a clock management issue for UCLA. It's reared its ugly head on more occasions than just one. We're coming back.
Precision is power. Introducing the all-new TL, the most powerful Acura ever built.
You know that Quest changed the name of their DSL product to something that sounds faster, like broadband?
But it's the same slower internet connection we're used to. It's still not as fast as Comcast.
Well, if I had a time machine, I'd go back to when it was still called DSL.
I'd go back to when socks were still called foot sweaters.
Which is why you're not allowed in my time machine.
Go way faster than DSL with Comcast high-speed internet. It's Comcastic.
I was born in the hood. I went to prison for selling drugs. In the prison kitchen, I found my purpose in life. This is why I took 6 young adults off the street. This project is not just about cooking, it's about second chances.
The Chef Jeff Project, Sunday nights at 10, only on Food Network.
So the UCLA Bruins looking at a first down and goal from the 8-yard line. They have not been an effective red zone team. They rank 9th in the Pac-10 Conference. They've only had 9 touchdowns and 17 tries.
Well, this is rare air for them. There's no question about it. To be on the road and threatening in this position, UCLA needs 7 points.
They need 8 yards. Pitch to Coleman. Coleman, a little bit of a gap, but tripped up at the 5-yard line. And it was J.Byrd. Did a nice job, and there's a duck down.
That looked a lot like the old student body right that USC used to run with Charles White. This time, Derek Coleman, the true freshman, young kid out of Fullerton, California, takes the pitch and takes off. And that's a violent play when everybody comes flying out there. You see Boyd getting kicked out, Byrd taking out the legs. He falls on his Adam's apple. His body's going everywhere.
So it is Cole Linehan who is the injured Oregon Duck. He is on one knee.
He's a big part of what Oregon likes to do inside defensively. Looks like he was just shaken up, and he's up now. 2 seniors inside, and Rashawn Harris and Cole Linehan.
It was a gain of 3 yards on first down. Second down now and goal.
Pretty good first down. Not a bad play by UCLA trying to exploit that right side. Second time they've run that pitch. Obviously a halftime adjustment. Norm Chow wants to get that pitch incorporated, and it's been relatively positive. Look out for Moya now, Barry.
Lines up in the slot to the left side. Kraft straight back. Looks to the end zone. Throws it out for Embry. Can't quite get there. Stopped short of the goal line. Inside the 1-yard line. Willie Glassbar defending.
Well, Moya was over the top. He's been their touchdown machine. Sort of draws the defense to him, so Embry open underneath. Young freshman just not strong enough to run away from Glassberg and get into the end zone. But now a very short third down and goal for UCLA. And there you see Big Price at fullback.
There he is. And the give is to Coleman, and Coleman is in. Touchdown Bruins. Now you have to look back at that touchdown at the end of the first half and see how significant is that.
Well, what it was poor clock management by UCLA, running their offense, trying to get a first down, and they couldn't pull it off. Oregon comes back on the field with Masoli right before the half ends and gets a touchdown in, but here comes UCLA. This is a giant pick-me-up. The first points the Bruins have scored on the road this year, and it comes behind the block of a defensive lineman, Price, and the legs of a freshman running back, Coleman.
First career touchdown by Coleman, and the extra point just gets through. That was not a thing of beauty. 7:37 left, third quarter, back to a 7-point game. 14-7, Ducks.
Strength is power. Introducing the all-new TL, the most powerful Acura ever built.
Echo Unlimited Footwear. Echo Unlimited. We are unlimited.
At U.S. Bank, we support athletics, the arts, and anyone with a dream. Support that's not just about money. It's about investing our time and our care to make the most of the places we call home. That's the power of U.S. Bank. 5-star service guaranteed.
Well, 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 if it isn't the most important meal.
What's up, Soggy? What do you call me? For me, Flake? What, that all you got?
Jack's new breakfast bowls beat a boring breakfast any day. Hash browns and scrambled eggs with ham and bell peppers, or bacon and sausage topped with a white cheddar sauce.
They tried to sucker spoon me, so I went high like BAM!
The most important meal. Served all day.
Well, UCLA on the board for the first time on the road since the USC game a year ago. 14-7 ball game now. And for Coleman, his first career touchdown. And you have an idea, the first of many. Crenshaw and Holland, the deep men for the Oregon Ducks. And here's an onside kick. And the ball still loose, and flag is down. You're going to say this did not go the required 10 yards. UCLA saying we have it. We'll leave this in the hands of the officials.
Really a well-executed onside kick, but just not a favorable bounce for the Bruins, and I don't think it did go 10 yards.
That may be what the flag is. We'll see. Bruins say they have it. There's been no sign from the officials.
Nice call.
And offsides may be the call. See if one of the Bruins might be offside. Yes,
yeah,
down at the bottom.
But it certainly did catch the Ducks off guard. There is no worse feeling than being on the front line of that kickoff return team, and you just kind of get lulled to sleep. And then they get you with an onside kick. Looked like Marvin Johnson.
I think it's now they have to decide who recovered the football. If in fact UCLA recovered the football, then they would kick it again. If Oregon got the football,
kickoff out of bounds by the kicking team. The ball will be the defense's possession. 5 yards for where it went out of bounds. First down.
Well, so that's a big break for the Ducks.
Big break for the Ducks. Looked like they were offsides. Marvin Johnson was the guy caught off guard. Did not see the ball go out of bounds. Very confusing play. So many different variables on what the officials could have called, and they ended up saying the ball was out of bounds. And now Oregon in business with pretty good field position. Let's watch it. There's the ball. There's Johnson, and it does fly out of bounds, I think.
Well, I think
then it looks like it stayed.
Yeah, the question is, were his feet down? Well, we're never going to know. And here's Masoli on the keep this time off the option. And he'll get it down about the 33-yard line. Pickup of about 4 on first down. So the onus really falling on the UCLA defense now, and the Bruins defense has done a pretty good job.
But that time you cannot blame the UCLA offense for putting the defense in a bad position. It was the call of the onside kick and the inability to execute, which what always is an iffy play in college football, high school football, pro football. Onside kicks are very, very low percentage.
Hucko in the ball game, a tackle for the first time tonight. And here's L.Blount, gets it inside the 25 and is finally stood up by the Bruins defense for the first down for the Oregon Ducks. Akeem Ayers makes the stop.
Well, this is another very tough order for the UCLA defense, trying to deal with the running of Masoli. Blount in the game now for Jeremiah Johnson, and they have a very good opportunity to score.
The ball at the 24-yard line. Masoli this time on a reverse, and this is Johnson, big at Holland, and Holland is going to get the 15 to the 10 and dropped at the 6-yard line. Perfect execution, and the UCLA defense going one way, came back the other, and a pickup of 16 for Jameer Holland.
You're going to see the reverse. Well run, and that does qualify as a trick play, even in this spread offense. A lot of speed out there on the edge, and UCLA's defense just barely recovering to save the touchdown. Raheem Moore with the tackle.
First and goal at the 6-yard line now for the Ducks. Blount remains the running back. And this is Blount straight ahead. Touchdown Ducks.
UCLA tried to get cute with the onside kick, and it would have been great if it worked for the Bruins. But unfortunately for UCLA, it did not work. Oregon gets the ball in UCLA territory. Calls some plays that Chip Kelly had waiting, especially the reverse. And the Ducks laughing now. Great block by Jordan Holmes, leading L.Blount through that hole.
Try for point is up and good, and it is again a 14-point Oregon lead. You know, I really can't question that decision. I don't think by Neuheisel, though. That's
absolutely not. You got to try to make something happen. UCLA's been trying to make something happen offensively. They've had a tough time. Kraft makes a nice throw to Johnson. They've got some momentum. They hear the silence of the crowd in Autzen, which is like music to the visiting team. It's better than music. It's like the singing of the sirens out there in the Aegean Sea. And they hear the silence in Autzen Stadium, and that's what UCLA had going, and they could further silence this crowd by pulling off the onside kick. And again, unfortunately for UCLA, it doesn't work out, and Masoli was ready, and so was Chip Kelly, the offensive coordinator, with a few plays, and got it working, and Blount ends up taking it into the end zone.
Here's Jim Watson. What do you think?
Well, Barry, you know I'm a contrarian, so I'll play devil's advocate. And I would say, no, I think it's a mistake. And it's easy to say now for me, of course. But wait, you just scored. It's 14-7. Your defense is playing pretty well. Why go gimmick? Why gamble this early in the ball game? You get a stop, get the ball back. You can tie this thing with one play.
And the defense has been doing its job, too. That must be said.
Yeah, absolutely. The UCLA defense was playing a pretty darn good football game thus far, trying to contain a spread with not a lot of help from the offensive guys. Waddy's absolutely right. It is a questionable call now that it didn't work, but if it did work, that silence continues, and UCLA's happy. Now they have more of a hole to dig themselves out of once again down 14.
Still plenty of time, 6:11 remaining third quarter. High end of a end kick, Austin at the 1-yard line. Austin trying to get to the outside, now he'll cut it back up the middle, takes it across the 20 to about the 25-yard line, and that's where the Bruins will begin. The tackle made by Garrett Embry on special teams. Got a penalty flag down, and it's going to go against UCLA, and will back them up.
After the play, dead ball, personal foul on the return team, number 44. The penalty is half the distance to the goal, first down.
UCLA's got to be careful now not to self-destruct in this situation. The officials have explained it to us. They're saying the ball broke the plane of the out of bounds on an onside kick right there, and that makes the ball out of bounds by rule, which is why the onside kick was nullified. Whatever happened with the scramble for the football didn't matter because the ball broke the plane, according to the officials. And that is why Oregon got the ball in such great field position.
That's a rule I must say I've never heard. There's Kraft in trouble, wrapped up. Down he goes at the 7-yard line. 4th sack for the Ducks, and this time it was Will Tukuafu.
Will Tukuafu, an edge guy for this Oregon team. Full-on JC stud, there's no question about it. 6'4", 280-pound junior out of Salt Lake City, Utah, with a great push on Kevin Kraft.
And he would be happy to know that the first down marker is brought to you by Overstock.com. Shop with the company that supports college football. Overstock.com at home.
With the O.
So the ball now at the 7-yard line, 2nd and a bunch. Blitz comes from the edge, and a good play, screen play. And that's going to get it all the way ahead, close to a first down at about the 22-yard line. Shane Moline on the receiving end.
And that's a great call by Norm Chow. In the single back, long yardage situation, Shane Moline has been that back, and not necessarily a threat to run since he's been playing fullback. Oregon was really able to back their safeties up and play a little bit safer. Until Moline had a pass or a draw or a screen, Oregon didn't have to worry about it. Well, that time they get him on the screen. Now Oregon has to worry about Shane Moline with a nice gain, and now UCLA with a manageable 3rd down.
3rd down, a little more than a yard. The crowd, of course, gets involved. Kraft going to throw, does, and a nice grab by Austin. First down, Bruins. Across the 25 at the 26-yard line. Byrd on the stop.
Well, they continue to test Byrd, and he's done a pretty good job. That time, just a nice throw and catch. Austin climbing up and pulling that down. Again, though, I think confidence for an offense is finding a way to get that 1 yard on the ground, but that was a short yardage tailback, so what do I know?
3rd catch of the ball game for Austin, 39 yards. First down at the 26. Kraft going up on first down. Throws underneath, and the catch is made, and a late flag comes in. Ketchum makes the catch, but let's see about the flag now.
Tackled by John Bacon, penalty flag on the field.
Nick Reed, the captain of the Oregon defense, signaling it is against UCLA. I think they could be getting it for a late
Ineligible downfield on the offense, number 15. Penalty is 5 yards from the previous spot. First down.
They called an ineligible downfield on the tight end, Ryan Moya, who must have been in a formation where he could not go downfield. Obviously a mistake by the UCLA offense, and that is now going to be 1st and long. You're going to see Moya right here take off. He could not be on the line taking off because of the guys down on the line next to him. That is a penalty, no question about it.
1st and 15. Empty backfield now. Kraft straight back, 4-man rush. Clear out, the catch made by Miller. And Miller will take it across the 25 to the 26, back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and long.
Kraft got up a little gimpy that time. Kevin Kraft getting into the back of the leg from Reed.
Yeah, got rolled up on his right leg. Appears to be okay.
Behind Kraft, Barry, the Bruins list true freshman Kevin Prince as the number 2 quarterback, but redshirt freshman Chris Forcier got the final series last week versus Washington State in UCLA's win. Neuheisel and Chow will not burn Prince's redshirt unless Kraft gets hurt. Looks like he's okay.
2nd down and 10. Short drop and a pass caught by Austin. Shakes a tackler. Now he's got room. It's a foot race midfield, across midfield into UCLA, into Oregon territory, and a saving tackle by T.J. Ward. Gain of 26. And a late flag also.
Well, right now, Walter Thurman III, who's been bothered by a groin, has not been in the game. That means Talmadge Jackson III, that's 6 altogether,
yes, that's right,
has been in the game.
Play, personal foul, late hit out of bounds on the defense. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down.
They're going to call that on T.J. Ward, it looks like. Talmadge Jackson is the one that misses the tackle and blows the coverage on Austin, who runs a very nice hitch route, really sells it. And this is a guy UCLA feels can really stretch the field for them. And there you see Ward kind of throwing him down from the back of the shirt, and that is going to be called this year in college football. There he is, clearly out of bounds, clearly out of bounds.
Clearly out of bounds. First down at the 32. And Khalil Bell back in the ball game, and now a pitch to the trailer, who is Chris Forcier.
Well, that was odd.
I'll say.
Norm Chow pulling out all the stops. They bring back Khalil Bell, who's noticeably limping. They needed to bring him back because I'm sure he was the only running back in practice this week for UCLA that practiced his play. It looks like a normal counter motion. They pitch it over to the most mobile of their quarterbacks, Chris Forcier, 6'3", 189-pound freshman out of San Diego, California. And he's the guy that mopped up versus Washington State last week. He was 0 for 1. Now Kraft is back.
He is back. A pickup of about 7 yards. It's 2nd and 3. Kraft straight back. Steps up, throws wide open. Moline to the 5-yard line. 1st and goal, UCLA. A pickup of 20. And Norm Chow got the old sketch pad out.
Well, we talk a lot about Patrick Chung and what a great tackler he is for the Duck defense, but this time he's responsible for Moline, and Moline gets downfield, got the hand up, ball's behind him, makes the catch. Big hit by T.J. Ward, great play by the Bruins.
Bell remains in the ballgame now at tailback. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. And here is Bell, and he doesn't get much inside the 5, might have gotten a yard. Tukuafu on the tackle for the Ducks.
He's hurting, Barry. I don't know about having Khalil Bell right now in the football game. He looked like he could barely get out of his stance and get to that football. This is a courageous young man playing with a bad ankle. Rick Neuheisel told Jim Watson down on the sideline that he was questionable for the 2nd half. And here he is coming out of the ball game.
You can see he's definitely favoring that right leg. So Moline will be the tailback. The ball at the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Kraft gonna throw. Looks to the end zone, intercepted, and a flag down. Jairus Boyd with the interception. Not a good ball. Jairus Byrd, I beg your pardon. Not a good ball thrown by Kevin Kraft at all.
Well, way too low. They're trying to get it to Dominique Johnson in the corner. He's 6'3".
Bruins think this penalty is going to go against Oregon, though.
Pass interference on the defense.
Whoa, what a break.
Ball's placed at the 2-yard line. 1st down.
Incidentally, that is the first penalty of the ball game against Oregon.
And Bellotti is not pleased, even though only penalized once. And when it comes with 31 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, that's pretty good. The crowd doesn't like it. Kraft once again testing Byrd. Maybe the contact came before the ball got there. That's a tough call. Great coverage by Jairus Byrd.
Now Bell back in the game. And here is Bell again, and he's in. Touchdown. Crowd not at all happy, and that was kind of an either-way call.
Very questionable call. When you're throwing a fade route, there's going to be a little tit for tat between the cornerback and the wide receiver, especially Byrd, a smaller guy than Johnson. Byrd, a very good corner that Kraft has been testing all day, and that time Byrd got him, but bailed out by the penalty as UCLA, again, Price leading the way, the defensive lineman. Doesn't do much, but Bell finds a crease, and what courage by Khalil Bell to come in on one leg and score that touchdown for his squad.
Try for point is up and good. We're back to a 7-point ball game with 27 ticks remaining in the 3rd quarter. The crowd not happy. The UCLA bench sure is.
Well, we see UCLA's offense growing up a little bit, dating back to 2006. 3 different offensive coordinators for this Bruin team. And there you see Bell talking to Moses, who is the running back coach for the Bruins.
Let's take a look. Let's take a look, P, at that interference call in the end zone. See how we see it again. I did not see any contact.
See nothing. Maybe it was on the line, but then the flag would be out already. Just a great play by Byrd is all I saw. And the crowd doesn't like it. Poor throw, like you said, Barry, from Kraft, trying to get Johnson involved. Wow. Byrd fighting for position and making a play. That's the way you play cornerback in the red zone. I don't see it. But we were talking about it. 3 different offensive coordinators for UCLA. They've had a lot of scar tissue in the heads of their players, but good things have always happened for UCLA when they've gotten Shane Moline involved. He had 2 huge plays on that drive for UCLA handling the football, and maybe some injustice for the Ducks, and the fans certainly think so at the end of the drive, but UCLA with a great drive, bringing it all the way down the field and finding a way to punch it into the end zone. Bad throw by Kevin Kraft, but it doesn't count.
Kraft in the second half, 9 of 10 for 111 yards. I harken back to Tennessee. Patrick Chung is now going to be the return man for the Oregon Ducks. And a high kick. And this is going to be handled by Jameer Holland. Holland gets a little bit of a gap and then is cracked as he gets to about the 27-yard line by Steve Sloan. And a little extracurricular activity here. Well, Kevin Kraft has gotten a wake-up call here, much as he did in the Bruins' opening win against Tennessee.
Well, I was talking to the UCLA radio color analyst at halftime, Matt Stevens, the last Bruin quarterback to win a Rose Bowl, believe it or not Troy Aikman, not Wayne Cook, Matt Stevens, and he was saying, wait till Kraft gets a rhythm. If he completes a couple balls in a row, he's going to start getting confident, and that is exactly what we've seen in the second half, even though Kraft did throw that interception to Byrd.
There's Masoli on the keep this time, and once again he gets big yardage on first down. Close to a first down, he might be a half yard short. The crowd still very agitated about that call in the end zone, and you saw it. Very iffy call.
Well, you got to let the guys play a little bit, especially down in the red zone, but the call was made and UCLA did what they had to do to bring it down the field. Touchdown count.
Second down and short, last play of the third quarter, and it's Masoli again. And he'll have the first down across the 40 to the 41. So they just keep coming back to that same tune. Brigham Harwell makes the stop. Still 7 ticks remaining. And now the third quarter will run out before the ball can be snapped here. So the end of 3 quarters, it is a 7-point ball game. The Oregon Ducks 21, the UCLA Bruins 14. 15 minutes of football remaining to be played. Don't go away. Coming back to Autzen.
Grace is power. Introducing the all-new TL, the most powerful Acura ever built.
I love steak, man.
Enjoy your steaks, gentlemen.
Is this it?
You didn't order?
No, valet's getting mine. I'm not a steak guy anymore, you know? There it is. Triple steak burrito. See, I'm more of a triple steak kind of guy.
Oh.
Taco Bell's new triple steak burrito. Steak, steak, and more grilled marinated steak. There's steak night, then there's triple steak night.
Triple steak guys, that's what we are. In here.
Keep on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side.
Days Inn has a sunny new look outside. It's the sign of more value than ever inside.
I really liked Days Inn a lot. It was great for business. They had everything I needed.
The best part about Days Inn to me is the free internet.
Free breakfast, free internet, Wyndham rewards, everything I want.
Why don't you keep on the sunny side of life?
I used to be a dreamer.
I used to be a dreamer.
I used to be a dreamer.
Now I'm a doer.
At World
Financial Group, we're pretty sure you don't want to wait for the future. You shouldn't have to compromise your dreams either. You've got your life plans. We've got your financial strategies. World Financial Group. Let's get on with it.
We begin the fourth quarter of a 7-point ball game. Oregon 21 to UCLA Bruins 14. In that third quarter, incidentally, P, 111 yards of passing for the UCLA Bruins. For the Oregon Ducks, 1.
Well, that's a bit of a turn of events.
I would say so.
Especially Kevin Kraft, who wasn't going downfield, wasn't being successful, making a lot of ill-advised throws, and here he's woken up.
And once again, this time the pitch to Johnson has a little trouble handling it, but still managed to get about 4 yards. Hakeem Ayers makes the tackle.
Nice job by Jeremiah Johnson just making that catch on the pitch. When you run the option and that ball gets beyond the line of scrimmage in the quarterback's hands, making that pitch is dangerous. If it works, it's pretty.
This time Masoli on the keep again, and he steps inside, and he'll have the first down and more into UCLA territory at the 45-yard line. Brigham Harwell on the tackle.
And this is that zone option kind of read play that was so successful for Oregon in the first quarter. There you see Corey Bosworth once again guessing wrong. He was exposed blatantly by Masoli.
155 yards rushing from Masoli. Now they stack the receivers to the left side. And here's a quick toss this time on a screen, and unable to hang on for the second time tonight was Ed Dixon.
Ed Dixon, much better player than he's shown us this evening at Autzen Stadium. Came into the game with 23 catches, 13.5-yard average, a couple touchdowns. He's got to show a couple drops in this football game, and his team desperately needs him. Oregon wants to get back to that zone read play that they've been running so well with Jeremiah Johnson and J.Masoli. That's a beautiful play.
This time Masoli straight back to throw. He does throw incomplete, well wide of his intended receiver, Terrence Scott. So it'll be third down. Algernon Vernon defending. Ball was nowhere near Scott.
Well, Masoli adds a dimension, there's no question, to the Oregon offense, especially with his ability to run and make people miss, and he's a tough player. And he runs the zone beautifully, but not that great dropping back and just letting it go.
Ducks just 2 of 9 on third down conversions, and this time they surround Masoli. He has no place to go, and it's going to be fourth down, and the Ducks are going to have to give it up. And momentum has really swung to the side of the UCLA Bruins right now.
And showing what they did offensively in the first half, Barry, didn't look like they could ever wrestle momentum away from the Ducks, who have not played a particularly clean football game either as far as their execution goes. But they have gotten it going.
So Siri on to do the punting. A twisting kick. And Austin, a fair catch at the 11-yard line. For better or worse. We'll jump away. 13-18 remaining. It'll be a long field for UCLA, but they'll have the ball. They trail by 7.
Tomorrow's a big day. It's the reason you kissed the kids and got in the cab this morning. It's why they invented energy drinks. It's why you joined Toastmasters and floss religiously. Tomorrow's why you haven't eaten dairy or broccoli in a week. If it weren't for tomorrow, those business cards you ordered would seem kind of silly. Tomorrow's big, and at Hilton Garden Inn, we know every big day will go much better with a perfect night before. When tomorrow's a big day, stay HGI tonight.
This Friday,
I'm the president. I'm the decider.
Meet W.
What do you think, Rummy? Total shock and awe. I like that.
Whose job is it to find these damn weapons?
General Frank.
Never mind.
Josh Brolin is W. Rated PG-13. In theaters Friday.
the few, the proud, the Marines.
What's this? $1. Wrong. It's a 99-cent double stack waiting to happen.
The fresh, never-frozen double-stack cheeseburger, one of 3 way better sandwiches for 99 cents each every day.
It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's.
21-14 ball game. The Bruins will start at their own 12-yard line. Kraft has been in a very good rhythm here in the second half.
Can they pull off a second touchdown drive, though, is the big question.
Long way to go. Got a little help from the officials on the last one. Give us to Coleman, and Coleman does get into that second tier, picks up about 4 yards on first down. Right now, let's send it to Waddy for a freecreditreport.com sideline report. Waddy?
Barry, we have seen this before from UCLA. Now follow me on this. Defensively, they played great against Arizona. They were down by 7 going into the fourth. They kept themselves in the game against Fresno State. Offensively, they're picking up the tempo. We saw this second half against Tennessee. They're giving Kevin Kraft easy passes. When he gets those, being a streaky quarterback, he gets his rhythm, he gains confidence, and UCLA is able to move the ball. We've seen this before in 3 different games. Now the Bruins are putting it together on one field on one night.
Well, they had an 87-yard drive the last time. This time they have an 88-yard field. Play fake, Kraft going up in trouble, and down he goes back at the 12-yard line. 5th sack of the game for the Ducks. Reed, first man to him.
Well, once again, Nick Reed heading into the backfield. He's going to be coming in right on the backside of Kraft as Kraft turns his back to him. And another great play by the great defensive end, captain of the Oregon defense, Nick Reed, a young dude out of Mission Viejo High School in California, going up against Jeff Baca, also from Mission Viejo High School in California.
3rd down and 10. Kraft in trouble again. Now he throws and intercepted off the hands of Austin and picked by Byrd, and the Ducks are in business. It's going to be a tough catch, but Austin looked for a moment as though he was going to be able to corral it. It bounced off his hands. He is down on the field. First pick of the ball game. Byrd thought he had one in the end zone just a little while ago.
Terrence Austin was open. Ball was a little high. He could have caught it. Puts it up in the air and gets leveled, absolutely leveled in the back by the free safety, T.J. Ward. Ball goes up in the air. Byrd is there to snatch it.
Helmet to helmet, actually. Looked like Ward got him with his helmet right in the head.
Hit him square, absolutely. And Austin is hurting.
They will tend to him. He's face down right now. He was moving before.
And there you see Byrd. He's got to be saying to his teammates, I played it perfect in the end zone, and they gave me a flag. This one was kind of a gift. Ball went flying up in the air, and Byrd there just to grab it on the spot. Big, giant play for the Oregon Ducks. And I guarantee you Kraft would like to have that throw back, get a little lower to his open receiver. No doubt it would have been a first down.
So they will definitely take their time intending to Terrence Austin. Any kind of an injury from a blow to the head, they will make absolutely certain not to move the player before it's time. So we won't speculate on anything. Rick Neuheisel is out on the field looking at his player. Bruins gathered around, so too are the Ducks. And we will jump off the track right now while they tend to Terrence Austin. Come back, try to give you a report as much and as best we can.
this Friday.
Honestly, probably the fastest president in history.
Your father was a pretty good runner, too.
No, he had endurance, but not my kind of speed.
What about Clinton?
My mother was faster than that lard ass.
Josh Brolin is W, rated PG-13.
I'm the decider.
In theaters Friday.
They're here.
No, honey, they're not here. We forgot to switch to DirecTV. So instead of watching our favorite channels in HD, we're stuck watching cable. Forgetting to switch to DirecTV? Yeah, that's gonna come back to haunt me.
Get 3 times more HD channels than cable. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
The generation that swore it would never get old didn't. Welcome to the summer of life. New Touch of Gray from Just for Men. Lets you keep a little gray. Works gradually. Easy. New Touch of Gray.
The Wrangler Pro Rodeo Tour Ariat Playoffs. Professional rodeo's postseason continues. The world's toughest cowboys knock heads over 14 grueling weeks for a shot at the championship crown and a share of a $1.6 million purse. Who will answer the bell? The Wrangler Pro Rodeo Tour Ariat Playoffs continue Thursday.
Welcome back. They continue to tend to Terrence Austin. They have brought a cart out. And once again, I feel we really need to emphasize the point that any kind of an injury to the head or neck in college football or professional football for that matter, or in sports in general, is going to be treated with particular care. They will not move the player until they get his neck braced. And so what you're seeing right here is not necessarily telling you that this is a serious accident. I'm not going to downplay it, but by the same token, we've seen this more than we want to see it, certainly, but they will take every precaution is the point I'm trying to make.
And it's the absolute right thing to do. It's been happening now, I would say, at least about a half decade, where they take the utmost care in moving players that have anything to their head. And sometimes the guy's laying there saying, let me get up, and they say, no, you stay down. We're going to go through all the motions and do the right thing in this situation. Austin really stretched out and really hung up with the throw by Kevin Kraft. And these are hard-hitting safeties for the University of Oregon. That time T.J. Ward bearing down on him. Didn't necessarily lead with the head. You see him bring the shoulder and the forearm under the arm of Austin. But the head goes down and hits the turf. And the turf hits pretty hard. Nothing hits harder out there than the ground. And that can have a tendency to ring your bell out on the football field. So we hope that Terrence Austin is not seriously injured.
And it's hard for us to really, we don't have a good vantage point from where we are to see if he does have any movement. And of course, whenever there is an injury like that, always a very sobering moment for both teams. Players all gathered around. A lot of players, of course, from the Los Angeles area. These players all know each other, despite the fact that some are playing here in Eugene, some are playing in Westwood.
Terrence Austin, a junior, really the guy that UCLA feels has their best option to stretch the field and really put a lot of pressure on a defense. Out of Long Beach Poly, Southern California high school that has produced so many great football players over the years. And absolutely, these guys all know each other. Oregon's biggest recruiting base is in Southern California. There's a lot of concern down there on both sidelines for Terrence Austin.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, this is the kind of thing that everything that goes on on the football field goes by the wayside for the moment. Mike Bellotti, just a couple of moments ago, had his arm around T.J. Ward, and obviously T.J. Ward feels really bad about it. Here's another look about just a moment ago, and you can see the look on the face of T.J. Ward. And it's tough.
It is tough because everybody's out there trying their hardest. It is a violent game. There's no question about it. Everybody out there is trying their hardest just to stay on the field and keep their jobs and continue to perform. And on Saturdays, these guys practice a whole lot all week. not to mention camp, not to mention the winter, not to mention the spring and all the things these guys go through. And all of that stuff happens, and then Saturday is their day to perform. And these guys really get after each other. They really put it all out there on the football field to showcase their skill and do their best for their team. And something like this happens where play is stopped and somebody needs to be carted off the field, and everybody feels it. There's no question about it. Everybody in the stands, everybody in the booth, and definitely both teams on the sideline, but nobody more than that UCLA football team seeing their teammate lying down there.
Fighting fell over the rail on the 25 now.
So this will continue, and again, we can't emphasize enough that they will take every precaution in an incident like this. We will take another break here as they, I believe they're trying to put him on some sort of a stabilizing platform before they take him to the ambulance. We again will keep you posted.
They're here.
No, honey, they're not here. We forgot to switch to DirecTV. So instead of watching our favorite channels in HD, we're stuck watching cable. Forgetting to switch to DirecTV? Yeah, that's gonna come back to haunt me.
Get 3 times more HD channels than cable. Call 1-800-DIRECTV.
Strength is power. Introducing the all-new TL, the most powerful Acura ever built.
Well, Terrence Austin leaving the field on the cart, and the good news is for his family and everybody watching, many of his friends, he did raise his thumb as if to say it's okay. Again, we emphasize they will take every precaution. We will try to keep you as updated as we possibly can. Can't always find out the extent of injuries in college football any longer, but we will do the very best we can. But the good news is he was giving it the thumbs up, so he does at least have some movement, and we will try to keep you posted the best way we know how. Terrence Austin of UCLA being removed, and I think you can see right there the thumbs up over the shoulder of one of the people, and there he is right there, and that's really good news.
Always good to see movement. And again, our prayers are with Terrence Austin and his family and his teammates. It's the most difficult play in football is the play after one of the players gets carted off. Everybody out there feeling very tentative. You still got to go out there and do your best. A lot of time left in this football game, and certainly the game is still in question, but hard to get your mind off your teammate or your opponent who's just been carted off the football field.
And meanwhile, while that was going on, apparently, as we understand this incident, a couple of fans were in an argument, in a fight, and fell over a railing, and that's what we're looking at right down here. They fell right behind the UCLA bench, and at least one of them, there have been a couple of arrests, and at least one of them is injured too. So there was another cart out on the field tending to one of the fans who fell over that railing that you see on the right-hand side there, and apparently injured him or his or herself. And we will not resume action until this injury is tended to. So
certainly seems like order has been restored down there, but there is some person or persons injured that are being tended to by law enforcement and the fire department.
And someone was already taken off in handcuffs from this incident. So strange happenings here at Autzen Stadium.
I've seen a lot of stuff, but fans spilling onto the field like that and a stoppage of play because of it, I can't say I've seen this before.
And now an interesting thing too is, of course, they can't resume any kind of athletic event unless there is a paramedic unit on hand, and usually there are two, I know, but now one has taken Terrence Austin and the other one will be taking this injured fan. So the question is going to remain, will there be a paramedic unit so that we can continue this football game?
Well, I know one thing for sure, with all this stoppage, both teams very cold on a very cold night here in Eugene, Oregon. Oregon offense on the sideline after the interception by Byrd, which seems like a while back, trying to warm up and get it together. The UCLA defense sort of out on the football field, jogging around, guys kicking up their legs, doing some plyometrics.
Yeah, and it's a very cold night too. We mentioned that at the very beginning of the show. Temperatures just about a half hour ago were down in the low 40s. And you know how they always talk about a dry heat down in Arizona? Well, this is a damp cold. So now they are removing one of the fans who was involved in a fight and fell over a railing onto the field. In the meantime, there was a pass interception by J.Byrd, and Oregon is going to have it first down at the 16-yard line of UCLA.
Wow.
And with that, football will resume. Wow. First down Ducks at the 16-yard line of the Bruins following the interception. Masoli going to the end zone. Incomplete. Good job defensively that time by Michael Norris. And the crowd, of course, wants a flag because their guy was called on an interference call on an apparent interception, and what was also apparently not a very good call.
Well, that ball to Jason Williams, he's pretty strong, and there was the same kind of hand war going on between Norris and Williams. No flag.
Here's Masoli once again, spins out of a tackle and is knocked out of bounds nicely by Brett Lockett.
He is a tough running quarterback, and again, UCLA has got to treat him as if he's a running back because he's out there running like a running back. He's actually been the best performing runner in this football game. Lockett making a nice sure tackle, knocking Masoli out of bounds.
And we are happy to report that Terrence Austin, our first report, is that he is conscious, he is moving, he has complete mobility, and that is going to be out of the end zone. Intended for Williams. He did make the catch, but was out of the end zone. And it's going to be fourth down. So apparently they're checking for a neck injury on Terrence Austin, but he is conscious, he has full movement, and that's really good news.
Very relieving news. And Oregon unable to get it into the end zone. Jason Williams going straight into the wall with his head. I mean, just a weird turn of events here in the fourth quarter.
So 2 misses so far for Evenson. This one from 32, and he sticks it. So it stretches the Oregon lead to 10. It's a 24-14 ball game. Still plenty of time, 11:08 remaining in the football game here at Autzen Stadium on a chilly night in Eugene.
And it is going to take a minute for this crowd to get back into the football game. Everybody's a little bit shocked at what has gone on in the fourth quarter. First, the injury to Austin, then an apparent fracas of some kind between fans spilling out onto the field. Somebody had to be removed, and there were arrests made. And now we're back to a football game with the field goal being converted by the Ducks. They weren't able to get into the end zone. Evenson finally makes a field goal for the Oregon Ducks, and now UCLA's get another shot on offense.
And we're going to go down to the field of Jim Watson. Waddy?
Yeah, Barry, obviously a very serious incident. Terrence Austin was face down on the field for quite some time. They rolled him to his side for a little while and then finally to his back. The medical personnel, the trainers, the paramedics running to and fro, a heightened sense of urgency. You saw that. There was minimal movement at first. They lifted his body and slid the backboard underneath, just being very careful. They strapped him down and then they put him on the cart, rolled him all the way up the tunnel, and then were very careful and took their time loading him in the ambulance. I was standing right next to him. Terrence was conscious. It is an injury to the neck. They wouldn't go any further than that. They said he also had some pain in his head. At this point, they're just calling it a headache. He's being taken to Sacred Heart Hospital. It's a new hospital. It has state-of-the-art equipment. It's only 4 miles away. I'm going to see if I can find any more in a couple of minutes.
All right, thanks very much, Waddy. The kickoff out of bounds. So the Bruins will get very good field position. The kicking game of the Oregon Ducks has been less than scintillating so far today. So the penalty flag is down, but I would think that UCLA is going to get this ball at the 40-yard line. They mark it at the 40-yard line. That's where the Bruins will begin. The flag on the field was just for the fact that the kickoff was out of bounds. Khalil Bell is the running back. 2 tight ends. Kraft straight back. Now he throws underneath, catch made by Moya, and Moya gets across the 45 to the 46-yard line. A gain of 6, Jerome Boyd on the tackle.
Well, I'll tell you what, Barry, that was a critical field goal that Oregon was able to pull off. UCLA will have to call plays differently for the rest of the ways. Now down 2 scores. They got to find a way to do it a little faster than they probably would like to. Watch what Norm Chow does, trying to get Kevin Kraft, who's not very comfortable throwing the ball downfield, to throw the ball downfield. The best bet for UCLA is the play action, but they haven't really got the run game going very well.
There's Ketchum in motion to the far side. Play fake and a rollout for Kraft. Throws underneath to Moya again. First down across midfield to the 48-yard line. T.J. Warren on the stop for Oregon. But you're right. They are not a quick strike team. And they're in a situation where they have to be somewhat expeditious.
And it's difficult to do that if you're UCLA. If you're Norm Chow, you look at your playbook and your quarterback is not comfortable throwing the ball downfield and hasn't thrown the ball downfield. Plus the fact you got Nick Reed on the edge. When you drop back 7 steps, he's going to be in the backfield with his arms all over your quarterback. So very interesting it's going to be to see if UCLA can score quickly.
Now let's see who jumped. I believe it was Cole Linehan.
Offense, 5-yard penalty. First down.
Well, it was against the UCLA Bruins. Linehan jumped over, made the touch. He saw one of the interior linemen for UCLA move a little bit.
They got Scott Glicksberg, a 6'4" senior. He knows better than that in the 4th quarter to go offsides on the road. UCLA has had a plethora of linemen hurt this year. Micah Reed is out. Alexi Lannis retired in the offseason. Sean Scheller had a dirt bike accident. I mean, they have been beat up.
Ketchum comes in motion, empty backfield once again, and time runs out. So once again, clock management really jumping up and biting the UCLA Bruins. Now they're looking at 1st and 20. And the clock is down to 9:27.
Well, you never want to have delay of game penalties or illegal procedure or anything like that. But sometimes you can get away with it at home. This is not the place. This is the one place in the Pac-10 you absolutely cannot get away with mental mistakes like that. And UCLA is committing them now. Back-to-back penalties for the Bruins on 1st down.
They've had trouble getting in and out of the huddle. Blitz comes, Kraft in trouble. And he's wrapped up all the way back at the 32-yard line.
Not a good-looking drive so far for UCLA, and it's only 2nd down. They're going backwards. Jerome Boyd with another great play in the backfield, and Kraft has been under siege with late kind of green dog blitzes by the Oregon Ducks, just waiting a second and then taking the gaps. Great play by Boyd.
6 sacks for Oregon tonight. UCLA had only given up 8 sacks this season coming into this game. Kraft straight back. He needs $1 million. and that one is almost picked. Great job to get a hand on it by Kenny Rowe. Well, you talked about Kraft being under siege.
He's certainly been beat up in this football game. There's Boyd. There's Tukuafu. We haven't even seen Reed yet, and I know he got him a couple times. There's Linehan and Reed. I mean, everybody's getting their shots. And Kevin Kraft.
6 sacks for the Ducks, and it's now 3rd and 28. Look out. And he gets away this time to the 40-yard line and out of bounds. Good job to get away as Tukuafu had a beat on him. It was Reed who had a beat on him, and Tukuafu finally knocks him out of bounds.
Well, Reed kind of slung him into the field, kind of slung him towards the hash mark, and Kraft used it to take off, but still well short, and I mean well short of a first down. Autzen Stadium appears to be affecting Kraft. Last year, Kraft was playing road games in places like Rio Hondo, JC, and Cerritos. This is completely different.
Crowd doesn't get you at Cerritos. Line drive kick by Perez, and this is going to hit and go out of bounds. Excellent punt, as it turns out.
Right into the megaphone.
That's right.
I mean, that's the punter of the century, Aaron Perez, MVP of the UCLA team.
55-yard punt out of bounds at about the 3-yard line.
Look at that guy, he's all beat up.
Here's our Best Buy Best Connection, and there weren't a lot of them actually for Masoli, but this one to Harper near the end of the first half. Difference maker.
Well, UCLA gave the ball back to the Ducks, and Masoli and Harper made a play. Hey, quarterback to quarterback. And that was, I believe, the prettiest play of the football game that we've seen in not such a beautifully executed Pac-10 football game tonight in Eugene, Oregon.
So now the Ducks will start short of their 5-yard line. And here's Masoli again, kind of dancing with what brung you, but this time he's turned inside by Brett Lockett after a gain of about a yard, maybe 2. And now tempers start to flare.
That was a really nice play by Lockett. Raheem Moore is a young man involved in the scuffle on the football field, but Brett Lockett got a really nice beat on Masoli and wrapped him up. Again, in this spread offense, strong safeties and other players have a chance to run at the quarterback and hit him, and that's exactly what he did.
There's Masoli again on the keeper, and he gets it across. The 10 knocks people over. Has a first down at the 20-yard line. What a play. Pick up a 14.
So Masoli saying, yeah, you might have got me on the last play there, Lockett, you strong safety, but look at Lockett closing in, number 25. Oh, right in the nape of the neck. Masoli puts it down on him. That's a quarterback, ladies and gentlemen, and Michael Norris ends up cleaning up the mess, but not before Masoli with another physical run, the best runner in this game.
Yeah, he has been so far. 14 yards on that play and a first down at the 20-yard line. The clock is now the ally of the Oregon Ducks. He's going to air it out. Now he runs out of time, throws it away.
Nice pressure from Akeem Ayers there. Well-called blitz, well-timed blitz by Dwayne Walker, the defensive coordinator, sending Ayers, the young freshman, who's pretty fast, after Masoli, who's not been great dropping back and throwing the football in this game, but he's certainly run the ball very well. Can UCLA make a defensive play, Barry, to change his football game? Because right now it looks like that's what it's going to take.
Yeah, going to have to do it quickly, too. This time to give to Blount, and Blount will get a couple. Once again, a lot of yakking going on. So it'll be 3rd down now.
Game 2 to the 22, 3rd down 8.
First down marker brought to you by Overstock.com. Overstock.com's prices are so low, you can afford to buy something for your friends, too. Overstock.com at home.
With the O.
Of course. 3rd down and about 8. Masoli running out of time again, and he has to just unload it out of bounds. So the Bruins will get it back, but they need 2 scores, and they have under 6 minutes to get the job done.
Be a pretty good time for UCLA to get a special teams touchdown.
Remember, Austin is normally the punt returner, but Ryan Graves, the senior out of Altadena, will do the chores here.
Ryan Graves deep for the Bruins.
A low snap and a twisting kick that Graves handles on a tough chance and gets it to the 41-yard line. That could have been a disaster, but he managed to hang on to it. 39-yard punt, 2-yard return, 5:47 left in the game, 10-point lead, Oregon.
When I was in the 6th grade, my teacher drove a Volkswagen Bug, and on the back of the rear window were the large letters UCLA. I had no idea what it was. So I approached her one day. I said, tell me, what's the significance of these letters? She says, oh, that's a school, that's a university. And you, Anita, you can go there if you keep your grades up. And from that moment on, that was my focus. From the 6th grade all the way through high school to get into UCLA, the best university around.
This is outrageous.
Congress is pushing Card Check, a bill to take away your private vote in union elections.
I'm not going to go vote in November without a secret ballot. Why would I do that for a union?
I think Card Check is an invasion of our privacy.
Without privacy, there's intimidation.
Card Check is totally against our rights and liberties as Americans.
Tell Congress, don't take away our private vote. Sponsored by the U.S. Chamber of Commerce.
As Americans, we are entitled to a private vote.
The greatest pound-for-pound fighter in the world, Anderson the Spider Silva, fresh off his one-minute destruction of light heavyweight James Irvin, returns to the middleweight division to defend his title against the hard-hitting Patrick the Predator Cote. And Thiago Alves, coming off the biggest win of his career, will take on 19-2 Diego Nightmare Sanchez. The Ultimate Fighting Championship and Harley-Davidson present UFC 90, Silva versus Cote. Live Saturday, October 25th from Allstate Arena in Rosemont, Illinois, on Events in Demand pay-per-view.
Oregon leads it by 10, 5:47 remaining to be played in the football game. Barry Tompkins, Petros Papadakis alongside Jim Watson, roaming the sidelines. Crowd on its feet here at Autzen Stadium. The Bruins are running out of tomorrows. And that one is almost picked right into the hands of T.J. Ward. He couldn't quite hang on.
Kraft throwing it to a receiver, and Ryan Moya, who was not looking. Moya did not get his head around in time. Not sure whose fault that was. If Kraft was expecting Moya to break off his route a little early, if Moya needed to push it a little more to get open. There you see Moya turning his head, ball nowhere near, and should have been picked off. One of about 5 balls that should have been picked off that Kevin Kraft has thrown tonight in Autzen Stadium.
Oregon playing with 6 defensive backs right now. Oregon showing blitz. Now they back out of a 3-man rush. Kraft steps up, throws underneath to Moya again, and Oregon will give him that to the 45-yard line, a gain of 5. Eddie Pleasant on the tackle for Oregon.
That is not going to win it for UCLA, just like you mentioned, Barry. They got to find some way to pull out one of those old Bob Toledo tricks. I know that's a couple coaches ago for the UCLA Bruins, but maybe a wheel route or something to Moline, something.
3rd down and 5. And the Bruins absolutely have to have it. Here comes a blitz off the edge. Kraft steps up, throws. Catch made by Lewis. Make it Dominique Johnson, I beg your pardon. Dominique Johnson with the catch. And a UCLA first down.
Not going to be enough time in this game to chip away like this for UCLA, but Oregon's been playing the entire game with the safeties rolled up. Now they can afford to play them way back, try to stop UCLA from throwing the football.
4-man rush this time. Kraft throws, almost intercepted again. J.Byrd had his hands on it.
Pass is incomplete.
Well, you're going to see Moya, again, not looking. The ball nowhere near him, right at his feet. And the best chance anybody had to catch that ball was Byrd, who would have had his second interception of the ball game. Another ball thrown by Kraft that probably should have been intercepted.
Second down and 10. With the clock becoming a factor. Blitz comes, it's picked up over the middle, catch made. It's Miller and a first down at the 32-yard line.
Jeff Miller, the brother of Jimmy Miller, a tight end at USC. Jeff Miller has played defensive line at UCLA for a while. They've moved him now to tight end with the injury to Logan Paulson, the senior captain tight end who got hurt in the first game. That's 2 catches in this game for Miller. Pretty good play, and nobody covered him. Nice job by Kraft, but they got to score and get down the field faster than they're doing it right now.
4:13 remaining in the game. Kraft throws over the middle and almost picked again. That one hit Boyd in the hands. I mean, how many is that? 7 or 8 that have hit Oregon players somewhere on their body, usually in the hands.
He may be in double digits. Jerome Boyd is going to dream about that one all night. It's going to be more of a nightmare for him. Another guy from Dorsey High School in Los Angeles, California, same as Jeremiah Johnson and my grandmother, Angie Papadakis.
Thank you. Second down. Low snap. Kraft picks it up. Now he gets away from trouble and he'll turn it upfield. Well, actually he starts to hit the sideline. It's cut down after a gain of about 5. It's going to be third down. But again, the clock is what the Bruins need to deal with here. 3:44 remaining. And they need 2 scores. Kraft throws, catch made by Johnson inside the 20-yard line. It is another first down. But the Bruins have got to really play quickly here.
Dominique Johnson played much better in this football game than we've seen him play in a long time. He's a guy that they had a lot of high hopes for. He's only a sophomore. But they really need him to get going as a receiver. He's made some good plays. But again, it's got to go further downfield. Kraft has got to be more comfortable getting that ball downfield, or they got to go to somebody else who will throw it downfield.
Kraft this time is going to tuck it away and run with it and step out of bounds short of the 10-yard line. Now there's 3:10 remaining in the football game. Let's quickly get to the line of scrimmage, which is what they need to do. Ball just short of the 10-yard line. Again, a low snap. Kraft picks it up, goes to the end zone, too tall. Intended for Moya, and Kraft took a real shot after he unloaded the ball from Nick Reed.
Almost every snap has been low. J.T., the center, is not the starting center. It's Micah Reed, who's been out for quite some time, and there you see Nick Reed, who has been they've gotten really to know Kraft in this football game. All those defensive linemen for the University of Oregon. And some linebackers.
Yeah. Third down and short. Kraft throwing to the end zone again. Too tall and almost intercepted once more by Byrd. And now it's 4th down. So now they got to worry about getting a first down here. Well, they'll take the field goal, I would think. They need 2 scores anyway.
UCLA is going to run Kai Forbath out there. Hope he can make a field goal.
Looked like Johnson cut his route short that time.
They've been very confused in how to get the ball to their receivers, especially down the field. We can talk about it till we're blue in the face. I mean, it's been very difficult for UCLA.
High snap on the field goal attempt, but Forbath gets it through. And that makes it a 7-point ball game, 2:46 remaining.
What do you think? Another onside kick for the Bruins?
I would think they have to do that. So we expect an onside kick coming up. College Football Saturday is presented by Acura, the all-new TL, the most powerful Acura ever built. Acura Advance. And brought to you in part by New Touch of Gray from Just for Men. New Touch of Gray lets you keep some gray hair for the generation that swore it would never get old. Well, the Bruins will try to do what they attempted earlier in this ball game and almost got done, only to have it go over to the Oregon Ducks deep in their own territory.
The UCLA does have 2 timeouts. If they wanted to kick it deep and depend on their defense, and their defense has not let them down in this football game, that could be an option. But again, that is very frustrating when you do kick it deep, give up a first down, maybe 2 first downs, and then the game's over. It doesn't look like the Ducks have the hands team out there.
No, it doesn't.
Used to be a great feeling to be on the hands team, you know. I was a backup on the hands team, which is kind of insulting.
It means you sort of have good
maybe.
Kind of good.
You think he's got
one good hand.
But it doesn't look like UCLA is going to try the onside kick here.
Well, it's a calculated risk. We'll see what he does. Maybe he'll just kind of squib it down here. He could get mishandled. Nope, just kicks straight away. It's going to be Patrick Chung at the 5-yard line. Chung gets into the gap, tries to break into the outside and can't, and will be stopped 30-yard line. So UCLA does have a couple of timeouts to use. They certainly will have to use them on the defensive end here. They are not a quick strike football team, so the odds very much against the Bruins, but that said, stranger things have happened.
And J.Masoli has really gone the whole way. I mean, all the way for the Oregon Ducks. We thought we might see Justin Roper, who is available in this football game. Masoli with 170 yards rushing. Anybody else running the ball in this game for both teams only had 133, so he has been a star on the ground. We thought we might see Roper, who is available, might start the next game.
Give it to Blount on first down. He gets into the secondary, maybe gone. Midfield to the 40, to the 30. They're not going to get him. At the 10, touchdown Ducks. 69 yards. Backbreaker for the Bruins.
We thought the star running the ball in this game was going to be Jeremiah Johnson, and there's no question it wasn't. It was J.Masoli, but L.Blount, who wasn't even supposed to play with a bad hip flexor, exposes UCLA's poor tackling and takes it to the house on a beautiful touchdown run, showing physicality and speed, and that is it.
So Evenson will try to tack the 31st point on. He does, and this one is in the books for the Oregon Ducks with 2:22 remaining. Neuheisel telling Kevin Kraft how you make a 14-point play. Well, time now for a Pontiac Pac-10 game-changing performance for the Oregon Ducks. And it was a play you just saw. L.Blount popping through there, breaking tackles, and going 69 yards for the deciding touchdown, we feel quite certain. 31-17 the score right now. For being named today's Pontiac Pac-10 game-changing performance, Pontiac will award the University of Oregon $1,000 to its general scholarship fund. Pontiac, official performance machines of the Pac-10.
Well, L.Blount is a guy with a lower body of an offensive lineman, 230-pound guy who runs with a tremendous amount of power. And even though a sore hip flexor has been bothering him, so much so that they didn't think he would play in this game, almost 500-yard rushing coming into this game, no receptions. But what a physical, strong run by Blount. One of the most important things, and we heard it from Neuheisel and Dwayne Walker going into this game, is sure tackling, especially against a spread offense, because sometimes you only have one chance to make the tackle, and then it's to the house. And that's exactly what UCLA did not do on that play. Poor tackling, and Blount exposed it.
Oregon has only thrown for 47 yards in this game, but you know what? They've run it for 326. Here comes Graves out of his own end zone. Gets the 25. to the 30 and across the 35 before being run out of bounds. Well, next week, College Football Saturday, presented by KFC and Acura, coming back with a doubleheader, beginning with the 7th-ranked Texas Tech Red Raiders. Tough win today for them against Nebraska. They'll battle upset-minded Texas A&M, and then 9th-ranked USC going up to the Palouse to battle with the Washington State Cougars. We'll be there. Coverage beginning Saturday at 11:30 Eastern, 8:30 out here on the left coast.
We'll be in the Palouse.
We will be.
The rolling hills of wheat.
Will we see the rolling hills of wheat?
Sure. How could you not?
They're sometimes covered with snow.
No, I didn't think about that.
Many times we've been up there when it's been covered with snow.
That would be my second time ever seeing
snow
in my life. I look forward to building a snowman with you.
We'll do that. Some angels.
And our spotter, Dick Quinlan.
He'll be there.
Yeah. Put a snowman, throw some snowballs. Good times for everybody. See a good game. The Cougs versus the Trojans.
Singing, caroling.
A little early for that.
Kraft this time has time. Throws caught by Embry. Flag. I thought I saw a flag come in. Not first down at the 48-yard line.
Well, Oregon has a week off, and they need it bad. They're so beat up on the offensive line and in the secondary, and then they're headed off to Arizona State, and Arizona State has struggled mightily.
There's another low snap that Kraft has to pick up off the ground, and he almost throws another pick. Eddie Pleasant got his hands on that. I would say more often than not, it's been an Oregon player who's been the first to touch the ball.
It certainly has looked that way. The future for UCLA, they're going home to take on Stanford next week, and that Stanford team that upset Arizona on the farm today. Stanford playing very good football under Jim Harbaugh. They play sound football. I mean, you really have to bring it if you're going to beat Stanford. Arizona didn't do that today, and Stanford upset them. So UCLA playing a tough Stanford team next week.
This ball is caught by Embry at the 40-yard line with 1:25 remaining to be played.
You know, this isn't a bad time for Kraft to air one out. Nothing to lose. Every team on UCLA's schedule sees Kraft's inability to throw deep. Why not just let him puck one here?
Well, there he does, and there's Moya over the middle with a catch and a race to the end zone, and Moya's going to be stopped at the 1-yard line. 39 yards on that play. Biggest pass play of the day for the Bruins.
Well, at least that's something for people to look at. Obviously, a bitter loss for UCLA is what they're going to have here.
And a give straight ahead, and I don't think they're going to get there.
But you know, they score a touchdown here. 2 onside kick, another pass.
Yeah, why not? Rick Neuheisel has called a timeout here.
Well, here is the longest pass play of the year for UCLA. Nice throw by Kraft. Moya has been by far their most explosive player as a backup tight end. Does a great job finding a seam. Patrick Chung, always a sure tackler, getting him down right before he crosses the goal line. But that's something for at least people to look at on film, for Jim Harbaugh to look at on film and say, well, they will go deep in the seam to Moya if they can, because you got to show that kind of stuff.
Moya 6 catches, 64 yards tonight. 1 minute, 1 second remaining to be played in the football game. The crowd here pretty confident that their team has wrapped this one up, starting to head for the exits. Ball is inside the 1-yard line, but the clock is the biggest story of this game right now. This time it's Kraft rolling out, throws to the end zone, caught, touchdown. Jeff Miller with the touchdown for UCLA. But perhaps too little, too late.
But it's good for UCLA, even though it's a bitter pill, and Terrence Austin was carted off, and they've just had a tough time up in this stadium, and generally a tough time on the road. to score what probably will end up being 24 points on the road in Autzen Stadium after putting up a donut at BYU. I mean, that is a positive to take out of this game. Kevin Kraft finally threw one deep. That's another positive.
Try for point by Forbath is up and good, so there are 55 seconds left. This time certainly we will see an onside kick attempt, and we should point out that Bruins still do have one timeout remaining.
There is a very outside chance that they could force overtime or win it with a two-point conversion. But nice throw by Kraft. Really baiting the defense toward him, sneaking Miller in behind and dropping it in there. Well executed play by the Bruins, and those are positives. I mean, when you have a young developing team, not only a young developing team, but a young developing team that has been decimated, clearly decimated by injuries. I mean, Oregon's beat up, but UCLA has had an awful time with injuries. Austin, their biggest playmaker, goes out in this game in the second half. When you have that kind of team and a new coach and new coordinators, and well, Norm Chow's a new coordinator. Dwayne Walker's been there for 3 years now, but when you have that different stuff going on, you can take any positive from a game that you can, and there are some positives here that UCLA can draw from, but Rick Neuheisel's not going to be happy until they start dominating and winning games like this on the road in the Pac-10, and that's where he wants UCLA to be, and that starts with recruiting, and that starts in Los Angeles, and that means you got to recruit against Pete Carroll. But Rick Neuheisel does offer a tangible alternative in the city of Los Angeles and even nationally to Pete Carroll. He's a very charismatic guy. We're going to see our onside kick here, Barry.
Yeah, we are, and of course we also are going to see the Oregon hands team, which we did not see the last time. They will bunch 4 players to the left side of the field and 4 to the right side of the field. And this one is hooked, and he did it just about as good as he could do it, but it's going to be Oregon football. Jeremiah Johnson was there to clutch it to his bosom.
Those hands team guys think they're so cool. Great job by Jeremiah Johnson. Well, you know, when you're a backup on the hands team, it just doesn't feel right. Jeremiah Johnson going up and catching this ball. Can't kick it any better. Looked like Moya and Dominique Johnson both had a great shot to catch it, but those guys were up the highest, and they had a great shot. Could have come down with it. No question about it.
Forbath did his job.
Jeremiah Johnson doing a great job catching it, getting both feet down, securing the football. Great job by the tailback, the starting tailback for the University of Oregon. We thought was going to have a big game. Didn't turn out that way, but his biggest contribution, onside kick catch.
Yeah. First ball in the air that he's caught.
In this game.
In this game.
One reception before. They have to get him involved a little bit more throwing the ball. That's a whole other dimension to the spread offense that Chip Kelly is not utilizing.
Well, and as we said, only 47 yards passing for this Oregon team tonight. They usually are a very balanced team, even though they run the football extremely well. Mike Bellotti is going to take this one. I don't think there's any question about it. Here's Jim Watson. Waddy.
Barry, I'm standing behind the UCLA bench, and something interesting just happened. And the UCLA offense scored the touchdown and came off. Of course, you don't expect them to be going crazy and celebrating, but you expect them to be in a good mood. Instead, an argument broke out between Kevin Kraft and some of the linemen, some of the backs. Derek Coleman came over. They were all yelling at each other. Now, they weren't tearing each other up. They were trying to build each other up. I thought it was a good thing. They were talking about, we're tired of this. We're better than this. We gave this game away. Petros, they're showing some fight. We didn't see this from this group. They were young. They were uncertain early in the year. Now at least they're getting angry. They're tired of this, and they want it to end. They think they might have missed an opportunity tonight.
Well, to a certain degree, Waddy, you're right. I mean, that's what coaches coach. You want players to take responsibility. You want players to take it upon themselves. You want players to talk amongst themselves and say, hey, we need to put together a better performance on the road in the Pac-10. And again, this is a growing UCLA football team. They would not have been able to put up 24 points early in the season on the road in Autzen Stadium. They certainly would not with the injuries they've had. So they are a growing football team. They ran into a better football team tonight in the University of Oregon. But that being said, Oregon is probably not pleased with the way they played tonight. Overall, not a greatly executed game by any stretch, wouldn't you say?
Not very balanced, for sure. And that's going to do it as Masoli takes a knee, and this one will be in the books. The final 15 seconds will tick off the clock, and Mike Bellotti, I'm sure, will take it, looking ahead to a bye week, and the handshake from Rick Neuheisel, and Pilati told us they're getting along just fine, golfing partners sometime, and quite sure Mike is going to take this one. He might not want to put it in a time capsule, but I think he'll take it. Two quarterbacks exchanging greetings, and Oregon will win this one 31-24. Might not have been a thing of beauty, but it'll be interesting to see what Mike Pilati says. He right now is with Jim Watson. Waddy.
Yeah, absolutely. It was kind of a typical UCLA Oregon game here at Autzen Stadium. It's never easy with the Bruins here, but I know you're going to take this one.
Yeah, we'll take it. It's every win's a good win, and again, we're a little bit beat up. We need the bye week. It's really nice to go into the bye week with a victory. We ran the ball when we needed to. We didn't play great on either side of the ball. Our defense got a little tired in the second half. Again, offense didn't support them, but we dropped 3 interceptions, hit us right in the chest. I mean, but again, give credit to UCLA. They battled. I hope their players okay. Excited for our guys.
Yeah, let's talk about that defense. You said it was a focal point. I think you were disgusted with that effort last week at USC. Much better tonight.
Much better effort. And again, they were on the field a lot. Our offense didn't support them a great deal. I thought the defense played extremely well. They got the one at the end, and we have to look at that because, again, we don't want to give up anything. But overall, very pleased.
Mike, J.Masoli goes for 170 yards. That's the most by a quarterback. Not Dixon, not any of these guys. Ogburn in 1980 in the Civil War. That was a great effort by your quarterback.
He did a great job, and their game plan was obviously to have our quarterback carry the football. He did a great job that way. He's a tough son of a gun. He's got great speed. And again, he had about 4 or 5 passes dropped. We need to improve the passing game and take a little pressure off of him.
Last thing, it's a bye week now, and then you go on the road twice. I know you want to be better every week, but right now, are you satisfied with where this team has been?
Well, I'm satisfied because they're coming off a victory going in the bye week. That's really awesome. We got to create some momentum. We got to get some people healthy, and that's the biggest thing for the bye week.
Appreciate the time. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Barry.
All right, thanks very much, Waddy. Mike Pilati being pretty much as we expected he might be. He's going to take the W. He might not think it was the prettiest W he's ever had, but I think he'll take it, particularly so coming just ahead of a bye week. We'll come back, put a button on this after this.
He's a top government operative, a military hero. And when he needed a cover, they created one.
Good night, Edward. Daddy's home!
One man, 2 very different lives.
Split personality.